Mwah. Hey everyone. Drake will be with us shortly. Drake's just like doing stuff real quick around the house. Hi. Hi, Mr. Gwen. Kotsonia, hello. Dolcubai, hello. Waggles, hello as well. Yes, I got out. Hehe. Noya is escaped though. I don't know where she is. She could be back at any time. It's a real problem. Like, I need somebody to actually look into this. Please, someone, Gwen, can you maybe put Noya in a little cube or something? I don't want to go back. Why is that odd? Yeah, I'm just waiting on the tricky bakey. Ooh, Square, what you just posted is really cool. I like that. Can I visit in VR chat once I have my goggles and stuff? Yes, I saw it. I want to visit again. That's how it looks really nice. But yeah, we're killing time till Drake's here. Is there any RP news? I don't think so. Let me see about putting the browser up. Which one is even gonna react? Like, I should make sure this is active when we go. Yeah. So if I do this, aha, it works. Okay, wonderful. Oh, that's Second Life? I should visit there. I still have my account somewhere. I have not been active in Second Life for like a year and more, but it's fun. Oops. Wow. Oh. I'm gonna be comfy for today. Hello, Firelord Turtle Duck. Drake will be here shortly. We're just waiting. I had a interesting day today. It's my brother's birthday, and he wanted to go to a particular restaurant because he remembers being good there, like good food and stuff. Problem is, it's apparently under new management because now it's very fancy. Instead of big portion, which he likes and I also like. Like if I go for food, it should make me like, you know, fill my belly. They're like, oh, fancy restaurant. Ooh, would you like a potato with your meat for just like €5 extra? Fuck you. We didn't have the best experience, but then we went ice cream. We went to eat ice cream, and that was really good. So, yeah, a fun time overall. Some meat still bloody. I mean, I don't have anything against like bloody steak. I like medium rare or rare sometimes, but this was like I ordered. Fuck, I don't remember. It was like a meat dish from Italy with like very thinly sliced slices of meat. Wow, I'm so good at words. And it was really good, but it didn't even have a side. I had a side salad. That was it. So I had meat and salad for my lunch, and it was like 3 small slices of meat. Thank you for shining me up, by the way. Yeah, we went ice cream eating, and they had like it's strawberry season here, so they had fresh strawberry ice cream, which was fucking awesome. Yeah. Not one for strawberry ice cream normally. Like it's not like I will eat it, but it's not my favorite. But this was really really good. So that was nice. And then I got back in here. Like I got out for a sec because of my brother's birthday. And now I'm back in. Hi Drake. Hello.
Hello.
Wow.
Wow.
I stream is on just to make sure you're fully aware.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. I was just talking about going out for my brother's birthday to kill time. Discord is being an absolute menace and not letting me share anything right now. Is this... My mouse cursor is lagging like it's nobody's business. Okay, is this share working for you?
So weird.
Yes, this looks like it's working. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's working great now. Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck? Discord. My mouse is literally lagging super hard. I can't click anything. My whole computer is dying of lag. What the hell?
It's so weird.
1 second. Task Manager must open. What is up here?
I just want to rename Task Manager Taskmaster.
Okay, now it's normal again. What? But I don't know what that was, but I guess the only Task Manager fixed it.
I've noticed that a lot more these days, that if I just open Task Manager, all of my programs suddenly go, oh no, Daddy's coming, and then knock their shit off.
Not the Chunkler, no!
Oh, not the Chunkler.
So... well, folks, we are talking about Talislanta today, now that Drake is here. And
also known as Fantasy Australia.
Yes. The first thing to notice about this game is that up to 5th edition, it's just fucking available for free.
Huh.
Because this comes up in lists of best free games. And at first I was like, wait, but if I look at the new, at this stuff, it costs money, right? The new stuff. Although the German stuff, okay, they don't have it, I guess. It's funny that it's just a German edition. That the 6th edition is costs money. Everything else, like 4th, 5th edition, down to 1st, just on their website, just get it, just play it, which is a very smart move that many more people should really do. Like, you ain't gonna make money off of AD&D anymore with that, so you might as well make it available. Like, no one's gonna complain. Are you... Hello?
I'm still here.
Okay.
I was getting the world map in full color because it doesn't have it in the book that we're looking at.
Yeah, the world map and the scans is kind of not that good. So yeah, but what is this? Well, it's a fantasy game, pretty obviously. And we're gonna get into it. But like, just again, like, the move to like make stuff available for free is always such a strong one.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah. Because why wouldn't you? Like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 10th, D20, 4th, 5th. Okay, so 5th edition is... Yeah. And then the funny part about this is, like, 5th edition, you go there, it's like, yeah, this book is like 20 megabytes. Good scan, here you go. But then there is the best quality non-image processed PDF for the 1st edition, 250 megabytes. It's 800 megabytes for the Chronicles, 400 for the Monster Book. Like, it's crazy. Like, they scanned those with like the biggest scanner they could find.
Oh yeah, completely. Because they want you to see every single little pixel of every little oopsie.
Yeah. Almost like they're proud of it, because this is like, yeah, so yeah. The game came out, as we see here, in 1987, early 1987.
Yep.
I suppose not that early, but you know. It's interesting that it took them until September to have a monster book. But as we'll see, it's not that complicated a game overall, so having no monsters might not be the worst. We should... That's the tab that closed. I would like...
Oh, I have pulled up
This.
what else was released in '87.
Yeah. That's what I want.
This is when West End Games Star Wars was released. Teenagers from Outer Space. We have the Mega role-playing system, which nobody ever played. Ars Magica also, and Beyond the Supernatural.
Can I sort this around? No.
Also Ninjas and Super Spies.
Why is this... Oh my god, Wikipedia, why is this the list you find? List of TTRP. Yeah, no, they have like on Wikipedia.
I just linked it.
Okay. I'm reticent to click on Discord too much right now. There we go. Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Yep. This is the perfect one. They just do it year by year.
Open this too, just for fun. So, 1987, right?
Yep.
So if we look around, where's like dungeons? Obviously 1974, right? So this is 13 years later, but this end it's 9 years after AD&D, and it is. When does third edition come out for D&D?
Brain 99 or 2000?
I don't. What? Is it not in here? What?
That would be funny.
Is it like on a D&D maybe? No. Dungeons. Like 2010 is way too late.
No.
Dinky Dungeons is not what we want.
That was the year 2000, and then 3.5 was 2003.
Okay. It's not listed here. It's weird.
It's weird. That's something that should not have been
bit of an oversight. We could edit this, but it's not really. So yeah. So we are in a time frame where these games are established, but we are also very much in a time frame where this hobby is still finding its footing. Like the 80s are notorious for people making all sorts of weird shit. Like again, Top Secret, that's only 7 years older. We really hated that one, didn't we? Space 1889 is actually younger. Didn't much like that one either. First edition Shadowrun is 1989.
Yep.
And so on. So yeah, we are way back, but not that way back. Like, where's Dallas on this? And yes, we must look at Dallas always. That's the first good one.
1980.
Yeah, 1980. Here it is. As you know, and yes, I mean it. Dallas is a good one. If you don't believe it, the episode is on YouTube. It's such a good game. It's just shackled to a shitty oil show about a man with a big hat. Anyway, while I go insane over here, let's look into this. So at first I thought. So, because I didn't look at like when these all came out, or is this just one, like, is this like a box? Because this book is just like 83 pages long, like a bit longer because Game Master's tables are several pages, but like that doesn't seem long. And then also, what do you mean Appendix 1 starts at page 10?
Yep.
This book is.
What is with the appendices? Yeah. And why are the skips in there?
Why are like 7/8 of your book appendices?
Yeah.
But it turns
out.
What
is this some Tolkien brain shit? Yeah. Like. So
what we see how the game works is one page. Character creation is not even one page. Attributes is the same page as that, and so on, right? It's clearly. Like if all the rules fit in 9 pages, -1 for the index, that's a game like reminds me of Monsters.
Yeah,
if you remember that one, that's the recent one, where they're gonna front load you all the mechanics instantly and then give you all the other information later. So yeah, all of this didn't really fill me with confidence.
No.
Because well, it didn't seem great. But again, first edition, and this book has had, this game has had like 6 more, so it must be something to it, right? So, well, let's dive in. How does it work? Well, so we roll a, it says it somewhere, I didn't find it at first, but it's right here. We roll a 20-sided die.
Yep.
And we modify that die with some things, like stats and skills. And maybe difficulty modifiers, depending. And then we always have the same result table. If our total result is 0 or less, we botch. Be it a common mishap, a magical mishap, or just a normal mishap. 1 to 5, we just fail, but nothing bad comes of it, so to speak.
Yep.
6 to 10, we, in melee specifically, do half damage, but we do hit. And in magic and skill, it's just a success. 11 to 20 is kind of the same. In melee, you do normal damage. And on 21 plus, you have a critical success. So what we notice here is, depending on our bonuses and such, critical successes might be quite common. Might also be quite common that we have mishaps happen, depending very much now on what we like, what the stat modifiers and stuff are, right? Because this is kind of a D10 system, but for D20. Weird as it is to say. So that you didn't miss much. We just started because Drake needed a bit extra time today.
Yep.
I just mostly talked about my brother's birthday, but anyway, so they go over what these mishaps do. Basically, mishap you roll on the table for that, maybe, or the DM makes something up. A tapper sticks and falls, bowstring snaps, or like this stuff happens. I'm never a fan of like bowstring snapping mishaps if it's like super likely, because if it always ends up feeling like, well, my equipment just sucks. It keeps breaking on me.
Exactly.
You have to be careful as a DM
really
with that. One. Yeah, but it's like, it's fine if it happens once in a while. And interpret the table, well, pretty simple. What's your number? Refer to the chart. Done. Notes, the note here, like for again 1987, they tell you like the DM shouldn't be an asshole about these and should make fair rulings, because that will help everyone in the game, which I agree with. And again, they have 8 pages for their rules. They put like a quarter of this page to tell you that, so thank you. Okay, Sarah, we are doing Talislanta first edition. What more is there to say? We just explained the dice rolling mechanics.
Yeah, it's actually very simple and straightforward, and this is one of the earliest examples of degrees of success or extent of success.
Yes. This is degrees of... There's a few things to note here. Like in 1987, I must point this out more times. What do we see? What do we see here? We see D&D 5e, but with degrees of success, which that game doesn't have, except for crits.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
Yep. And also you'll notice, hey, I beat the result by more than 10. I got a crit. Oh, what does that sound like?
Yeah.
Sounds like Pathfinder 2nd edition.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that exist today where the DNA is here if we go far enough back.
Yeah.
They even have a concept of a glancing blow, which, that's in World of Warcraft.
Yeah. And also, like, if we look at it overall, assuming we get some bonuses, right? How bonuses work, we will get to, but let's just look at the table. Assuming we get some bonuses at the very least, our character will usually accomplish their role, right?
Yeah.
Because 1 to 5 is a miss. Yeah, okay, that's just, even if I have no bonuses, so with just a straight D20, that's just 1 in 4. So 3 and 4, I do something good, achieve anything of note. Which is also something that you don't see that often in these games. A lot of these games like to highball their successes and be like, nah, you need like a 15 to do it. Yeah. Better take those skills. It's kind of where D&D also is, where a 10 and something is a success, but it's like there's usually, depending what you're doing, either there's no degrees beyond that, or there's opposed rolls, or there is some degrees, but that's specific to skills. Anyway.
The only other one who does this banner is Palladium, because Palladium, the default is you got to get a 5 or better to hit something.
Mm-hmm.
So, like this concept was going on a lot back then. And it's a good concept. The concept being that, hey, 4 years prior, the concept being that, hey, we want people to succeed, but we really want to be able to describe or have a degree of what that success can look like.
Yes.
Which helped inspire Vampire and a lot of Shadowrun gameplay later too, because both of those at their beginning were very much like, you do light damage. It's a glancing blow if you only got one success for your dice pool. Yeah. And it's right here too, except with the D20.
Indeed. Talk about timetable time in the game real quick. I say a turn is a minute. And you need 2 turns to cast from a book or a scroll, and 1 turn to cast from memory. You get the movement, blah blah blah. So it's like very basic. Then we immediately just jump to level of ability and character progression. We haven't even learned what the skill is, but it's okay. So, level of ability is your level. You start at level 1, and you gain experience and you level up. And the number of experience you level up is 25 flat. Or 50 if you have both primary magic and primary combat. What does that mean? We'll get to it, but basically you can do both equally well. And, well, you get 1 to 10 XP for each adventure which character takes part in. You get 1 point per session of good roleplay. And 1 point per week, which the player's character devotes exclusively to improving skills related to his or her chosen profession. Practices which may be rewarded in this faction include study with a master or superior, training, research, experimentation, creating some item or construct related to the character's profession, and so forth. So they have very quickly told you how XP works.
Very quickly.
Yes, and you can spend these points, you earn them, and then you can spend them Shadowrun style on stuff. Like skills. I don't think there's any way to level attributes up. I'm not sure though. Maybe I overread it. Like, the thing with this is, yes, only 8 pages, but it's super dense, so I might have overlooked a thing or two.
Oh yeah.
So, as benefits of advancing in level, well, you get +1 to increase your character's total number of hit points. You get +1 in all primary skills and +2 hit points. There we go. Secondary skills improve by +1 every other level, and basic skills improve by 1 every 4 levels.
Yep. This is almost exactly the same as the Palladium Brain of, I have my skills that I get from my class that I pick, my profession, and then I have secondary skills that I picked. Then I have they call them basic skills here, but this is like the tertiary skills.
Yes. It's also a bit D&D Brain, where you have the fighter with full fighting progression, and the mage with half fighting progression, the cleric with 2/3.
Yep.
Except here it's full, half, and quarter. But so now we also see +1 in primary skills, which is why this guy needs 50, because he has primary magic and primary combat. So if you want to be a does everything character, you're just gonna advance slow, which might be bad. Quick section about money. We get to money later, so don't worry about it. Zarif Plus, hello. Rollmaster was kind of toying with degrees of success failure back in its day. Yeah, but Rollmaster is Rollmaster. it's true that Rollmaster definitely does it, especially for melee combat, where every little degree of different roll gives you a different crit range and damage. But it's so.
Master was very. I stab him, but I tweak my elbow level of degrees of success.
Like I guess the difference here is this book fits its rules on 8 pages. Rollmaster needs unlimited paper to print more rules in because it will never stop. Like it's just that's how it's worked. So, but yes, of course, degrees of success were a thing for many games back in the day, but many games also just didn't do them. Because like
it was very unwritten.
Yeah, the more you come from the idea of combat as your most important thing, the less likely it is that you have degrees usually, because these people come from the wargaming side where it's like, oh, you didn't roll a 6, so you missed.
Yep.
And then that's it. But we can see here with like glancing blows and other degrees of success things that we are entering like more granular things. And now, I mean, look at this. This is all you need to know for character generation. It's so crazy.
That's it. Yeah.
It's so crazy. So what happens? Talislanta handbook features over 80 different character types for players to choose from. 80. That's one per page of this book. And they can also be used as non-player characters with the same stats. Each character type has been prepared in advance, requires only a few modifications to be ready to play. So what do? Turn to Appendix 1 and choose one of these. We're looking there in a second. Then review the skill list, Appendix 2, and choose background skills for your character. So how many do you choose? Who knows? Choose background skills for a character. If a choice of skill is indicated in the script, I think it might be say on the character class then. Like, I just reading through it, right? It's like how this feels to read. Modify your character as desired using the following guidelines. A. Increase any attribute or attributes by a total of up to 3 points plus factors. Allocate these points as desired. So what are they saying here? You get 3 points to spread between your attributes. That's what it should say. I don't know why it's phrased like this, except engineer brain was at work.
Oh, this is so engineer brain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Interestingly, this says as desired, so you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
B. Decrease one attribute of your choice by 1 point. Somehow C, not next line. Choose one additional skill for your character. Any skill may be taken except the primary or secondary combat magic talents. Note, however, that individuals with intelligence ratings of -4 or less lack the mental capacity to acquire any additional skills. So you can take a -1 to an attribute if you want to. You don't have to. Also, you can take a skill. Like, interestingly worded, because, like, in a sense, why would you take the -1? It doesn't give you anything. Also, maybe you just want to take it. Maybe you want to make your character extra stupid, because sometimes that's funny. Note the modifications on the character sheet, then turn to the root section to review the section on combat, magic, skills, and attributes. When the guidelines listed in these sections determine your character's combat rating, magic rating, skill ratings, and attribute ratings. We'll get to that, it's very easy. Related characteristics, such as languages and so on, should be noted on the character sheet. Get the spellcasting skills, review the list of basic spells located in Appendix 3, and then give your character a name. And discuss them with your game master.
I like how you have the discussion when you're all done.
Yeah, this game clearly predates Session 0 style. You just show up to the game with like your two-headed ogre and are like, I want to play this guy. And the game is like, what the fuck? But yeah, here we are. That's done. And at this point I was like, well, do I look at the appendix or do I keep reading? Like, you have already mentioned 2 appendices we should look at. And in this case, I think it makes sense to look at the appendices because, again, if you just go on, it's very dense and then you just hit this thing. So let's say we want to make a character. So let's go to Appendix 1, character types. I should zoom in a bit. Actually, just realized maybe that's smart. So, what do characters have? They have a race and nationality or profession, a size, physical characteristics, attributes, hit points, special abilities, skills, equipment and possessions, wealth, and commons. So we have an Armenian Archimage. Archimage.
Yeah. There's no Archmage, there's Archimage.
Yeah, it's Archimage. She's like from the comics.
He's Jughead. Yeah.
Yes. 5'6" to 6 feet, 180 pounds, has some topaz green skin and green eyes, and all facial and body hair has been removed. Which is like, okay, so they have it naturally, or is it, I guess since it's removed, they would have it, but mages just like being like hairless. And they get +1 intelligence and +4 will. 12 hit points, no special abilities. They get primary magic, cult rituals, oratory, metaphysical doctrines, orthodoxy, astrology, enchant items, and inscribe spells. Right? And they have some equipment, they have some wealth and gold lumens.
Gold lumens, yeah.
And then they have commons. The Armenians are an intolerant and highly conservative people. They revere the omniscient and consider non-believers to be infidels. Important to all Arimans is the desire to attain manna that they may rise in status and piety. What the fuck is manna then? Who knows? But that's your character type. So basically, important for us here, you get 5 points here. You get 12 hit points. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skills. Get some stuff. That's kind of it. Get some money, okay.
Kind of.
And it's all
the big takeaway for people who are just like, what the fuck? Why are the attributes listed that way? This is what 5th edition said they were going to do with 5.05. They said they were going to do away with strength 10 and said represented as strength +0. Guess what? Talislanta 1st edition was ahead of its time. They did it first.
Yeah, not only did they do it first, it's like they're doing what 5e has been doing, except 5e like ties the stat number to it. You have 16 strength, which is a +3. Why do I need the 16? For nothing. Okay, thanks.
Yep. Did it all the way back then. And that's one of the reasons why it was very accessible to people, because it was just like, oh, I don't have to care about the other attributes, do I? No, you don't really, because that's it. That's the bonuses you get. Then you can distribute 3 points.
And then you may want to care about the other attributes, but these are the starting attributes. Go nuts. And then we can also pretty quickly see the warrior priest here gets only 4 points, where the mage gets 5. So hit points, and secondary magic, so 2, 3, and only 4 skills. So seems worse, but he can do both magic and fighting, so that's kind of maybe worth it. Who knows?
Yeah, and he starts with super turbo plate mail too, the black iron plate mail.
Yeah, true. It's lacquered white.
The Greymane steed, because he rides around on the guy from Gilneas in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, sure. And then we scroll down and see, wait, Ahasu warrior, 4 strength, 6 dex, what the fuck? 16 HP, double attacks. Where we become a stalking, arms. Scout, or healer, and hunting. Yeah, you can be a 4-armed creature. And then Arak warrior has 2 strength, 2 dex, 7 con.
Wow.
And that's the point where you realize, hey, this game ain't balanced, is it?
No, not in the slightest.
And that's refreshing for me. I'll be real.
I'll be real too. And also the idea that, hey, these guys that start with a lot of money, they can spend it on a lot of shit. Like this is that kind of game. Like there's stuff you can actually spend that money on. So the guy that starts with wealth none, of course he's going to get huge turbo attributes.
Yeah.
And special abilities like survive up to 6 weeks without food or water. Like it's quote unquote balanced in the way that if you don't get certain things, then you get extremes in other things, which I also really adore.
Yeah. Like, you can also just be a Bactrian concubine and have 4 charisma, 4 intelligence, 2 willpower, and beguile by scent.
Oh, damn. You can be the turbo bunnies from
Yeah.
After the Bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a total kitchen sink thing. Like, it's also like Bactrian warrior, -4 int, -2 perception, -2 speed, +6 strength. You're just a strong guy.
Yeah, but you're also immune to that ability to beguile. So
yeah, which is weird because aren't you like the species that would be anyway?
Oh, the art! I do love the art.
Yeah, the art in this is really good, by the way. He detailed the Conan-ish art. Yeah, as we just scroll down, like just staring at these, it's like, yeah. You can be a China warrior if you want, but you're just gonna have 10 strength, 10 hit points, and like 1 strength to dex. It's not that good. But hey, maybe it makes sense for the game. Who knows? And maybe it doesn't, and maybe like you are actually gimping yourself pretty hard by being a Darkling warrior because what the fuck? What the fuck is happening? But then you think about it just a little bit more. These are also NPCs. Like we don't have to play them. They can must be around as enemies or something.
Yeah, bingo.
Because when this game came out for like 9 months, it didn't have a monster manual. So these were the monsters as well.
Huh?
And it continues like this. Like I don't really care to highlight all of these. But just to make it clear, like some of these people get 9 strength, while some of them get nothing in strength.
Like this is the game where you play an ice giant or a gnome.
You can be a 2-ton ice giant warrior. You're gonna be stupid. You're gonna have no speed and dex, but you're gonna be strong.
You're gonna have hit points for days too, double what most other people have.
It's actually like hit points in this are like deceptively little. But we'll get to that. And yeah, like depending what you want to play, it's going to be very powerful and very specialized. And there's not a lot of how to put this. Like, did we see human on this list? Not really.
No, and that's one of the things that I actually really like about this to begin with. Is they just at the outset go, yeah, okay, sure, there's probably humans, but they're more well known by whatever it is, part of the world they're from, culture, what sort of weird shit they get up to with magic. Like, we're in Conan territory in that regard.
This guy. I want to play this guy.
This guy is just scared.
Sitting in the flower.
Oh, look, there's his wife in the background.
Yeah. And what the fuck? The Black Summon gets -10 charisma.
See comments. They're greatly feared. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Huh.
No, that's just how it goes, I guess. And we can also already tell, like, if you are this guy trying to talk to anyone or literally not get murdered, it's a pretty high roll. Like, you need a 15. A 16, actually. Here's my first for compliment for Drake. Forgot to read first. Of course. Drake, you are a joy to be with, and I enjoy every single day we are doing things together.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we are like, scrolling through here. Like, there's orc-looking dudes, there's birdmen, there's these guys, whatever they are. Are they the old? Is this like the Star Wars old aliens, but like doing business?
Yeah, it kind of looks like it.
They might be gambling. Who knows what this is? Like,
yeah, this almost looks like Dom Jot or Dabo or something from Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
I dig it. Like, that's the other thing is that this is the era where they're going to present you 50 options or 80 options in this case. And part of the intent of that is that these options are supposed to immerse you in the world just as much as if they had given you a lore document.
Yeah. And then here we
there you
have,
go. And then we have the pictures.
drawn dude. So I was going into that.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
Look at the ice.
Yeah.
This 2-ton guy. Goddamn. But yeah, like these guys might be. No, they're actually like elf coded. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I have to say it. The reason why like this is even remotely appealing to me at the outset is it looks like most of these guys fuck.
Yeah. Also, would you like to be a guy without hands?
Yeah, hands and like a big tail that probably has a pincer at the end.
Would you like to just go be Dr. Zoidberg from in a fantasy setting? Here you go, be arachnid.
Go see. Yes.
They enjoy Pink Floyd. Yeah, I agree. Like,
exactly.
Just like these little drawings are so good. Like, what other game? This many again, not all of these are good choices, but who cares? Like, game isn't about it that much, and you can totally build like a good character anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah. You'll have fun. Like that's the other part of it is like this game feels like you're just going to have fun with whatever choice it is.
Yeah. Yes, and again, there isn't a human inside, which is also a strong choice because most games have a human. Like, arguably, some of these dudes might be human. Maybe this is a human. I don't know. Who knows?
Human with heavy quotation marks around it. Yeah.
But they are clearly fantasy coded, like weirdo humans if they are humans.
Yeah, they're not going to sit here and say this is clearly a Celtic warrior or something.
Yeah.
No. Their tattoos like bleed when they cast spells or something. Like that's the territory that we're in here.
Yep.
None of these are real world. They might think for a second, yeah, that kind of looks like something from the real world, but it's just for like a second before you realize the Armite knife fighter. Yeah, he kind of looks like an Apache knife fighter. Kind of does.
Also, I like that. Like you see that he has these two knives in throwing position.
Yes. Almost nobody draws that ever.
Yeah. And you can see like 3 more knives on him, so he can like throw those 2 and still be a threat. And then you kind of get like, oh, these guys look like tribals, and this is like more of a advanced tribal, because this is a rock tip, and this isn't. And so on and so on.
I do like that, like, furry griffins are available. You can just play a griff.
Yeah, just play griff. I'm just looking if there's anyone else without hands, because that's such a strong choice. I actually want to read the arachnid. I didn't see him the first time, I must admit, when I looked over this.
We just went past it.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, bodies encased in iridescent chitinous exoskeleton segmented insectoid features. Water arachnids have gills and ripped claws. Okay. Attributes: int, C common, strength +4, dex +2, con +6. Leap up to 20 feet. Sting causes paralysis. Water arachnids are amphibious. Claws are 8-point weapons. Exoskeleton per chainmail, immune to magical influence or control. Arachnids share an evil hive mentality and are subject to the telepathic commands of the Hive Queen. Instinctively, they kill to help preserve and propagate their insidious species. So I guess these aren't player characters, but you could choose to play one ?
You could play one. Yeah. Here's a pet arachnid.
Yeah, imagine if your player comes at you with like, I want to be an evil insect dude in this game. And then they're like, how are you gonna square that circle? And I guess I'm like, separated from the hive mind, so I have some sort of intelligence after all or something. I don't know.
I'm their attack dog. Like that's immediately what comes to mind for me.
Yes. I'm playing the one reactor that lost the hive mind. Exactly, yeah. Right. So now that we've seen this, let's go back here. And what does it want to do next? Skills in Appendix 2. We should look at. Choose background skills for a character. Choice of skills is indicated in the description of the character. Choose these as well. So now we arrive at, okay, we know it says like take these skills, right? It has primary magic and ritualism, whatever the fuck. And now we just question, do we just choose skills freely?
Yeah. They don't restrict it.
Yeah, they don't.
They just don't.
They just don't.
They just fuck it. If you're gonna pick, I don't know, conveyance, you get it.
Yeah. Like common abilities are also stuff like
hunting, fishing, riding.
Like you pick one of these, like city, village, nomad, outcast, wilderness, and you get like the skills that are associated with it.
Yeah.
And then you would potentially get more if it makes sense for your background.
Oh yeah.
But these are the common ones, right? So we get
5e once again has backgrounds, and you get skills from it. Guess.
Yeah. Yes.
But again, this is somehow better because, like, again, it goes back to what you said about this. They didn't sit down and go, how could we perfectly balance this? No, they didn't think about that. They just thought, okay, here's primary combat, here's primary magic, here's secondary combat, here's secondary magic. Go. Like, it's so uncomplicated that I really like it.
Yep. And you also get bonus attacks already, yeah.
Right away. Yeah.
You may gain proficiency on new weapon per level. Combat rating automatically improves with +1 per level. You get to that. While beast and monster plus natural ability is similar to affect the primary combat skill. Okay, so these guys just get 1 per level too. And secondary, your part-time training, same thing. And then you have general basic training. You have Mandaquan, which is like Kung Fu. Kandaquan is also Kung Fu. I think they have different damage types, maybe. Who knows? We'll see it in the damage table. A lot of specialized shit, like for... They get additional +1 if you employ a weapon of that type. Like, almost like it's a feat, right? But it's tied to your background.
Yep. This is very similar also to the Symbieta. Hey, take, I don't know, boxing, and then you get this list of things.
Yep. And also, each of these that you can buy at least lists like how much it costs. So what you could do doesn't even say you need to have another combat skill to acquire this. You just need to have 50 points. I would have expected them to be like, well, you have to buy combat, then secondary combat, and then primary combat or something, but nah.
Nah.
And you can learn magic as anybody if you pay 100 XP as well. Just take magic, like just learn it.
Yeah. I am told that this is part of what influenced decisions for a lot of the Elder Scrolls series. Because I played this game.
I believe it. It even has like Elder Scrolls even does the thing where sure there's humans here, but they're called Redguards and Nords and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's why a lot of people who interface with Elder Scrolls are like, man, this is my D&D fix. Actually, you're doing something closer to Talislanta, my friend.
Yeah. But they don't know because this game is very obscure.
Exactly. Nobody knows.
And then there's like bunches of more skills.
So many. And they go into just enough detail.
Construct, and there's stuff like construct automaton. Just build one, guys. Just do it.
Yeah, you can live out your Wild Wild West fantasies here too.
Yeah. And then we're like, what are the stats? And the book's like, by the way, there's other skills because it doesn't have like time. It will. A lot of this, of course, will need an experienced DM to like guide people. Because, imagine the first time DM being told, "I want to build a giant spider mech," and then being, "There's the rules for that." It says I can. We have enough money, so I want to do it. Just get thrown in the deep end, I guess. Some of these you can't really learn unless you like get them from your background, like cult rituals.
Yep.
which is fun and okay. Like, since it is such a specialized list in many cases, it's like, can't learn this one. And then performance talents, kind of the same thing. It doesn't really allow you to learn these, which is an interesting choice. Or is it just the same cost for every one of these? No, it doesn't say.
So, yeah, there was something somewhere about picking up more skills, but I don't remember where it was.
Yeah. Isn't it just you pick the skills you want?
Yeah.
That's what it was at the start. You can be like, yeah, I know cartography.
Yeah.
I know Talislanta history. I know metaphysical doctrines somehow.
I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Bugman who just has metaphysical doctrines.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we're rolling Thunder Dant.
Oh no, it's true. And like, what I like about this, like, you can tell me, oh, it's not balanced. Someone can be like an ice giant and then just decide to have like every skill. I'm like, yeah, they can, but then they can also be like, I can decide that I don't want to play with that person. This feels like a game for like people who are kind of veterans at gaming and kind of okay with making a character that's rounded and that they won't exploit this overly much. Like a little bit of exploitation, maybe. Maybe I want the torture skill for some reason, Maybe some light torture as a treat. But how often will it really come up? Like, if I put this on my sheet, is it gonna matter? Not really.
Probably not. No.
Tailing, swipe, harm something from. Okay, yeah. Maybe that comes up. Like, sure.
But, there we go. There's our Star Wars.
Oh, I love him. Look at him playing the tiny triple trumpet. Clarinet, alphorn combo.
The Clara tuba. I love it. Okay, so like if I had to really characterize this was the game that came out of people going, why can I only pick between human, dwarf, elf, and halfling?
Yeah, for sure.
How stupid is that? I want to pick something else. And this is that kind of game, because this feels like people who have fatigue for people wanting to do their Conan fantasy, people wanting to do their Lord of the Rings fantasy, and instead being like, but I've read all this science fiction that has all these cool aliens in it, but I also really like fantasy. Can we please marry those together?
Yep. And the way they do balance this, by the way, is, let's say I want to pick Animal Handler, right? Let's say I'm an ice giant, I get -4 charisma or something like that. Then picking Animal Handler doesn't give me anything because my modifier to the skill is charisma. Like, I'm actually still bad at it, even though I can do it. I think the game doesn't allow unskilled checks. I was never really able to find that.
I was never really able to find that either. I was wondering about that too.
Yeah. I believe it doesn't, like, if we go to skills here.
Skill ratings. Okay.
Measure of character's competence in a given skill. For skills, rate to one person's skill. Rating is determined by level of ability plus any modifiers for attribute rating. So okay, so you do get your level basically.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so it does go up. So you could eventually be okay at it. Obviously, you need to be quite high level to counteract some of those minuses you might have.
Oh, and also right below it, you can spend additional experience points to raise it further if you just want to.
Yeah.
So this is a rare system that is a hybrid. You gain levels by getting XP, but also you can just spend XP to gain additional things beyond your level, which I kind of dig it.
Yeah, because this happens regardless of what you do, because every 25 XP you level up, right? Or 50 if you are double prime. Then if desired, a character may improve a chosen skill by expending additional experience points. By concerning more skills, the character can increase its skill rating by +1. Costs to improve any skill by concentration is 10 experience points. It's not possible to improve the same skill more than once per single month of game time. Okay. So technically you could raise your fighting skill with this, I think. By concentration. Okay, it's probably exploitable, very exploitable. So, gentleman's agreement just not to do that. Okay.
Yeah, or like have the month of game time thing be really restrictive. Like
Yeah.
it's there and you can adjudicate it pretty easily, honestly.
Yeah. And then we would look at, next thing we do is we would look at magic, but let's go through a bit more here, attributes and stuff now. Attribute ratings go from minus to plus, whatever. We have already seen that. And they act as modifiers for your attribute checks, if there's any. And they act for the skill rating as well. So the difference would be if I have charisma 0 and I'm level 5 and I do a charisma check, I would roll +0. But if I had a skill related to that, it's charisma based, I would roll to 5 because I get a 5 level bonus.
Yep.
So that's the whole the whole system has been explained to you. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's easy.
Yeah.
Barely an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Like, people talk about bounded accuracy. Fuck that. This is even easier.
Yeah. There's a few more. Like, you might now already see, like, oh, wait, so fighting is just you always hit, right? We'll get to that. They thought of it. Which is more than I can say for some games that do this kind of style of bonuses. Let's look at attributes, which are intelligence, willpower, or will, charisma, perception, strength, dexterity, constitution, and speed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 8 attributes. It's almost the same as Shadowrun.
Yep. Oh, we've been over skills, extracurricular skills. Your skill has been learned. Some learning rules for skills. Character may acquire up to 4 extracurricular skills, plus or minus his or intelligence rating. Okay.
Very easy. Yep. And that's the other limiting factor. A lot of the really big guys who could take a lot of punishment, they had a penalty to intelligence. And it wasn't that they were dumb, it's that they couldn't acquire extracurricular skills. So like, intelligence doesn't have to be stupidity.
So that also ends up meaning that extracurricular is anything that your class doesn't mention. So here we are here we have the gate that we didn't find, right?
Yeah.
Where I'm like, well, can I just pick every skill? Yeah, well, it turns out you need intelligence for that. And so you have to choose a bit. Like, a lot of these skills will not come up a ton, so it doesn't really matter that much, you know?
Yep.
Unless the character is unable to acquire magical talents, restrictions, he or she may become proficient in both primary magic and primary combat. Oh, yeah, it's already re-mentions the thing that they then pay double to level up. At no point does it tell you to keep track of your 50 XP. Like, you would need the total XP and the free XP. Like, maybe that's on the sheet. The sheet isn't really in this book, so I don't know. So we have common skills, which we already went over. Cost to acquire is 2 XP.
It's so easy.
Combat skills, cost to acquire is 10, except for those that listed differently.
Yep.
Magic, cost to acquire is also 10, except listed differently, and so on. Performing skills, here we go, it's 10 XP. Okay.
Yeah.
Cost to acquire 20 for scholarly. For thieving it's 10, trade and crafts is 20. Wilderness skill is 10. And special abilities are special abilities. You cannot learn them.
Yeah, like the big takeaway from this is like anything that is intellectual or going to create something will cost double. Anything that doesn't, it's 10.
Yep. And that's the skills. That's the skills done. We have explained it. Yeah. Next section, combat. Well, how does this work? Well, we first math out our combat rating. So we take strength, dex, and speed, add them together, and divide them by 3 and round down. So let's say we have 6, 3, and -3. Our total is 6, so we have a combat rating of 2. And then we add our +1 from, let's say we have primary combat, we add +1. Because we have primary combat, so that's 3. And that's our combat rating. and it will go up automatically with level, depending if we are full, half, or quarter fighting. And then in combat, what happens is this. Let's say I have my 3 rating, and I'm fighting a guy with a 1 rating, because he's like no strength, and otherwise like a normal guy. We would compare our numbers. -3, his is 1. The difference is 2. And since I have the higher number, I get a bonus of 2, while he gets a minus of 2. And then we fight. So having high combat rating is really, really, really important, guys.
Really important, yeah.
Because basically,
this is it's basically almost multiplicative.
Yeah, yeah. Each difference of 1 is 2 difference of outcome.
Yep.
Very impactful. The same will also be true for magic. I'm gonna say that right now. It's the exact same thing, but we just take 3 different attributes for it. Intelligence, will, and I think perception. I think it was perception. But that's the whole shebang. And yeah. So we aid each other, then we compare speed rating. So if I speedier X first, there's no what's it called?
Initiative.
Oh, don't clip that. Initiative rating. Yep. And then whoever is attacking should state intent of what they are doing. Like kill, stun, subdue, blah blah blah. And then you roll your die. All weapons, including natural weaponry, are rated according to their potential doing damage. Typically exists from 1 to 1 to 8. So the different dice, this game basically only uses different dice for damage. In that, like a dagger might do D4 or D6 damage, and a sword might do D8 or D10. You'll get to the items and look up them more quickly in a second. Enchanted weapon give their rating to damage. Not to, interestingly enough, not to hit, only to damage. Mm-hmm. But if it gave to hit, it would just be completely OP. And armor reduces damage if you get hit. Enchanted armor even more. And then you can also defend. You can defend against, with your combat rating divided by 2. And the shield increases by 1 or by 2 if it's enchanted. And how does undefended attacks? Is an attack against an individual who, for whatever reason, is unable to defend himself. Individual may suffer 1 or more undefended attacks if caught in an ambush, struck from behind, and so on and so on and so on. So your combat rating is 0 for these, so that's really bad. But there's no active defense per se. It's just like, if I have a combat rating of 3, I can defend twice. If the third guy hits me, I would count as 0 for that attack. Mm-hmm. And that's the whole thing. Like, very quick. Also quite deadly if weapons do like D8 damage and our hit points is 12. Yep. And 12 was kind of on the high side.
Yep. And it works too. That's the other thing about everything I've looked at so far is I'm just like, I'm not seeing anything that's making me go, hey, why is this inconsistent? No, it's actually surprisingly consistent. And
that's like, if we talk about it more, lower hit points overall is good, because who doesn't love it when the barbarian gets hit 5 times in D&D and has still got over 100 hit points? Like, it really feels impactful to have hit the barbarian a bunch. Like, it's bad. So having low hit points, but then maybe having armor, lower damage, that feels better, because even if I only like take 3 damage here, if I only have 12 hit points, that's a quarter of my health. That's impactful. Meanwhile, if I have like 88 points, I get hit for 8. Oh, 10% of my health is gone. Oh, dearie me, what will I do? Nothing. Will not do nothing. weapon ranges for missile weapons, which otherwise function the exact same. Is anything else? Then you can use different like tactics. Essentially, like being like these are like the stuff you can do in combat. Blah. Who cares?
One thing I will just point out right away. This is one of the first ones that we viewed from like the 80s that hasn't been like, maybe you should use a grid immediately. It hasn't said that.
There's no grid here. It's nice.
Yeah.
There's the feet.
They always do that though.
You can use the grid. Yeah, but you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
They explain magic works it works the exact same in terms of how you determine your number and shit. And then spellcasting. You can cast from memory or from written work or magic item. And again, these, it was mentioned earlier, it takes twice as long to do. Like memory is the way to do it fast. Primary secondary magic, customers know the spell. There's ways for you to learn spells, blah. And usually these spells are cast against an attribute of or thing on the other side.
Yep. If you cloud somebody's vision, it's usually against their perception, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And you counter spells either by casting the same spell in reverse, which I guess is just something you can always do, or by casting a spell with a contradictory effect. So if someone throws a fireball, you would water sphere them or whatever, and then neither spell would take effect. The level of the counter spell must exceed the level of the spells being cast against by at least one.
Yeah.
So kind of like counter spell, but the other direction. Yeah. You cast fear. Yeah, exactly. Labyrinth is what you cast. And then they have just like, oh, do we have? It's just what we refer to each other. Doesn't have any actual things. And here we are at character. It's done. We are done with rules.
So fast.
It's so fast. So let's look at spells then, because we were just at that. And the interesting stuff comes here. So everyone gets access to minor enhanced enchantments and cantrips. Calling them even cantrips in 1987.
Yep.
Like anyone that can cast magic, of course, is important. These are things like I charm someone, I fascinate, I instill passion, or the reverse.
Rejuvenescence, which sounds like some sort of skincare product.
Yes. So you can heal with this, like basic healing.
Basic healing, yeah. Like, they had a lot of things in here that I really like, and one of the things is what is basic shit I can do as caster type. And even 5th edition is like very silent on this, because almost all the cantrips are, I throw acid at you and hurt you.
Yep.
There's no, can I hex bootlaces together? Can I do something weird?
Yep.
Can I fascinate somebody temporarily?
Yep. The thing I like here is that they mentioned the reverse spell, like rejuvenescence heals people a bit and gives them energy, but the enfeeblement does the reverse, gives them a -1 to speed and perception, and they need to sleep to remedy this. And that's cool.
Love it.
And you can drain hit points with it. Like, nice. And often also must mention that like certain effects are indefinite, like unless you do what it says to remedy them. And
like it's like, okay, if you punch somebody in the face, that has a lingering effect unless you go and do something about it, and they're treating magic the same way, which so many games are just like, Nah, it has a duration of 1 hour. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like, you're permanently attempting to affect something even at a low level.
Yep. Now we see here versus will to resist the effect of any charm. So it works the same as with, I believe at least. I mean, actually, make sure I'm right. Like if I have a higher resistance, is it like the same thing? Yeah. No. It says for where's the resistance table? Resistance thing. Like, what is? Huh? I know it's in here somewhere.
What are you looking for? I'm sorry.
Ah, here it is. The resistance, like how it works.
Yeah.
So, if the spell successfully cast upon an inanimate object or non-resisting subject, this effect is achieved automatically. If the spell is cast upon a living resisting subject, the intended target may be allowed to chance to resist to diminish the power of the spell by making a roll versus the attribute rating most suitable to resisting the spell's potential effect. Regardless of the method being employed, the individual cannot cast more than one spell in a given round. So, this is one thing where I'm like, okay, how does it work though? Because it doesn't really say, what do I roll against? Do I roll against the success rating here? Do I just roll a d20 plus my thing and then can, if I have 5 willpower, always resist? Like, I am unsure. Maybe we refer back to this page. Doesn't say either, right? I don't see it here.
Yeah.
That's the one time in this actually where I'm like, hey, how does it work, guys? Didn't really tell me.
Yeah, this is it. This is the one time.
Because, like, it can't be that you resist the spell cast, because the magic rating is going to go way up, way fast. Like a level 5 guy,
Oh, yeah.
it's going to have a +5 at minimum, and you won't really have a +5 in most of your things. So it can't just be a roll against their number. But maybe it can, because you would really need to be level 20 to guarantee like a hit or something. I don't know. So, yeah. Okay, that's a number of different forms of protection. More magic bolts. Okay, it's an armor. And the spells really don't list it.
No, I really don't.
If we assume it's a saving throw, then those +4 will guys are really strong.
Yeah, they really are.
Against
Holy
this.
cow.
If it is.
And it said resist or diminish. So, like,
yeah.
I just assume that you're using the part of the table where it says, oh, yeah, half effect over in the combat column.
Yeah, maybe. But what is half effect of being charmed?
Yeah. Does it last half as long?
Yeah.
Can you respond to only half of what they tell you?
Yeah. Like, this is the one where I'm like, okay, guys, you didn't explain this. This is the stain on this, where I'm also like, how would I roll it? Because it's not easy to say.
No, it's not.
But yeah, it's the one time. Also notice that spell casting, there's no tiredness from it. There's like no drain like Shadowrun has. So there's no expending of resources. You can just do it constantly. It's very strong in this game.
Super strong. It's assumed that you're going to have... Okay, so if I can theory craft this for a second, it's assumed that the guy who can cast spells has lower hit points and
Yep.
lower other abilities to resist damage
Yep.
or deal with being attacked because of the way the attributes are set up. So that is in probably their brains at the time, the idea of balance, because the wizard's going to have high willpower, high this, high that, but they're not going to have high speed. They're not going to have high strength. They're not going to have high constitution.
Yeah.
So when they get hit, they get fucking hit. They get rocked.
Yep. That is true. Does Constitution give bonus hit points? Though. Of hit points which an individual and creature possess determined by race. So it is modified one time only for beginning characters by adding subtracting a number of points equal to individual constitution rating. Okay, so yes. So only at character creation you get your bonus, your constitution as hit points.
Damn. We're talking low numbers here. Kind of enjoying this, actually.
Yep. And you heal faster.
Ooh, in a game like this, yeah.
And if you have negative, you only heal 1 per day. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Like, is this game, seeing how it takes the path of least resistance, I'm inclined to say, yes, you do just roll a d20. Gives you a lot of, then like a lot of the time, the thing will be, well, I'm just not gonna affect the Ahasu warrior on their decks because I know they're gonna not care. Gonna have to use a spell that targets their willpower or something, and that's fair enough.
That's fair enough because, like, I do like a game where you are slinging spells or attempting fighting style things, and you do have to kind of match the thing that you're fighting. You have to think about it at least a little bit. I enjoy that.
Yeah. And I'd say, like, the two ways I'd rule it, and I'm not sure which is better because I would have to play this game, like, actually play to, like, build an opinion there. But off the top of my head, either you just roll on the table and the half effect thing is in effect, or you just roll against the number the wizard has on their bonus or their die, depending. And that's like you have to beat it, basically.
Yep.
So if they have an 8 and they made their roll, then I have to beat an 8. Because if I had to beat their roll number, that's too hard. That is clearly too hard.
Way too hard.
And I think that's actually the best way, yeah. Like, because if I'm an Archmage with like plus 12 to spellcasting, then the number you have to beat is 12.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense to me.
That's, depending on who you are, not going to be easy. It also means early on maybe it's too easy because then your number is like 3 or 4 or something. But also, who cares? Like, then I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you take the rules literally, where I think the strongest caster in here had will plus 4, you get 3 bonus attribute points, so 3, so you can have a 7, and then you add your level for your magic effects. So the highest you can get at level 1 is a plus 8 to whatever magic thing you're doing.
No. It's divided by 3. You take 3 attributes and it's divided by 3.
Oh, that's 3 attributes divided by 3.
So the guy, let's find him here. So this guy has 5. You put 3 more and it's 8. Rounds down to plus 2.
Yeah, plus 2. So you can still only get a plus 3. Okay.
But maybe I'm sure we can find a guy who has more than that. So let's find let's look quickly. The attributes we add are intelligence, will, and perception.
Okay.
So this guy is 6.
Good.
6. 3. 6. Big minus. 4. Huge minus. The witch woman has 2.
Yeah, 3. The highest one I'm seeing so far is 6.
4. Ah, the physical ones go higher than the mental ones.
Yeah.
3. Actually, perception 5. Okay. Still only 5. What the fuck? 20 minus charisma? Wow. Certainly a person. Yeah. Then I don't think you could do it, because then your highest roll is 3.
Yeah, I roll
But you
3.
have to. Yeah, but beating a 3 on d20 is not that hard.
No, it's really not.
Like that
So
shouldn't be the one you do.
if we adapted it to the way the system works, make that the quote unquote difficulty, meaning like you subtract that from your roll, your resistance roll. So like you would just subtract 3 from it. So like if you have will plus 4, then you just add 1 to your d20 roll, which you're still succeeding pretty often.
Yeah.
And resisting. So
yeah, I would really like to have known. Oh, this guy has 12. The Syndron Collector.
Oh, okay.
One of these guys I have a feeling.
Okay. And the funny thing is that even though that's a plus 12, still that's only plus 4 for the magic.
Yeah, total of plus 5, because level. It's assume you put 3 points to the perception or something.
Yep. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish they had made it clear. Even like during the episode, we can't find it. So what can you do? But you could find like a way for work this at your table. Not really a big problem.
Exactly. Like we figured out a couple different ways to do it already.
Yeah, and then basically in a very few pages they give you rules for every fucking magic you could ever want. Yeah. Like there's stuff here to summon, there's stuff here to do elemental damage. There's
levitating, metamorphosis.
Yep, everything. There's even a little bit of script. I always find pointless, but okay. So that's cool. Again, I mean, there's like basically everything is here. Like, and the fact that it doesn't cost you any points of any kind to cast spells. That feels a bit OP to me.
Yeah, it is.
Because what, like, oh, I didn't make my spell, but I guess I'm casting it again next turn. Then we have camouflage for however long. Right? It's it needs a rule that says, well, you can't try again, or you assume it works if it doesn't, or it costs you mana of some kind. And at no point is like a cost mentioned for spells. We already had skills. Like it's crazy to scroll up thinking, yeah, I'm gonna eventually get to the. You scroll over and it's like different section. Like it's look at this. Like spells 1, 2, 3, and then there's already like 3.5, 3.25 pages. You're done.
Yeah, you're done. Which is fair enough. Like they have the expanded book if you want more. So.
And those aren't even about that. Those are about setting. Anyway, here's weapons. These do their damage, and you aren't doing bonus damage from strength. However, you need a certain plus strength to use a weapon. Like Ice Giant's club, it's a plus 6 strength to even wield. And so on and so on and so on. Like it's
and that's
very
how they
simple.
do it here. Like if you want the better weapon to do the more damage, you need the more strength to use it, rather than I'm going to just use daggers forever with my plus 5 strength. Makes sense.
Yeah, and that also means there's obviously like better weapons here. In some cases, it's just gated by money as well. Like the dueling sword is. Like you can have it at minus strength. It's very light. It does almost the same damage as a normal sword or flail. Yeah. Some stuff is a lot of damage for what there, like Garrote is D8. But yeah, I mean, it's also if you get garroted, that's difficult. Yeah.
It's very difficult. Yeah.
And then you have like a shit ton of other stuff to buy. This is a very expensive list of like, you can buy all sorts of beasts. You can buy all sorts of like armor and clothing. I guess armor is later.
An ice schooner, you know.
Yeah, buy an ice desert sand ship you can buy. I'm trying
you
to
have
see.
Some pictures of a few of the animals.
Sorry, I'm trying to see where the armor is. I know it's here, but I'm just gonna. Here it is. Okay. So.
Yep. Or OD&D brained.
Yeah. So what we see here as well, like starting with plate mail, that's pretty awesome. It's $500 you don't have to spend. Also, can't wear it because you have +0 strength, so you better invest in that. But anyway, so in these we have a protection rating between 1 and 5, basically.
Yep, 1 and 5. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. This is also why magic armor is really good. Yep,
and why like big weapon wins. And why everything does at least D6, almost everything does D6 damage, because otherwise, like Darkar doesn't work against plate mail at all. Except if you crit. Like, if you crit, it would do double damage, I guess. Have a chance of doing damage. And then shields have a max damage rating they can block against. Also fun. And a single attack is actually. So, wait. No standard weapon. Oh, you block a ballista bolt with your shield, I guess. Or magic. You know, magic does a lot of damage if you're like a D4 per level of cast. For like damaging magic spells, elemental spells. So yeah. Like, this is a game that very much is not for beginners, because beginner would be very confused by this. Like, what do you mean? Well, I can have max damage, and then yeah, sure, you can read this, but you wouldn't like really understand why that's the rule even. Yeah, I'm a fan of how much many items they have here.
Sorry. There's stuff to buy with your money. Like, this is my biggest criticism of 5e and a lot of other things like it. It's just, where's my stuff to buy? Like, I will mention Pathfinder 2nd edition certainly gives you a fuckload of things that you can possibly buy with a lot of mechanical reasons why, but it doesn't feel like, okay, like, I don't know, is there a tuba on this list? I want to buy a tuba.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that way in those games.
I want to buy a lot of common timber, a lot of square feet of common timber.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the issue with Pathfinder stuff, to be clear, of D&D as well, except D&D doesn't have money costs for magic items, right? Pathfinder, the problem there is that in Pathfinder, most of the stuff you need to buy isn't like really up for debate. If you're a melee class, you need to buy the runes to make your weapon good. Because in their wisdom, they were like, well, what if everyone could have the weapon they want by just buying it with money? I'm not realizing that that's fucking boring. It's the worst. I would rather have the DM drop me a weapon that's cool, but not 100% what I want. But it's like I can make do with it and have cool effects that I maybe didn't like realize I wanted even. Then just be like, oh, I have 500 gold, time to buy the +2 for my weapon, or whatever, how much it might cost. Because that's the most optimal thing to buy next. I can buy an extra dice of damage after that, but it's 750. Ooh. Or do I wait to buy it? Ooh. It's like, no, it's just gonna be the same fucking path every time.
It is. It's also all built around, you must hyper optimize. You must.
Yeah.
If you don't, you are literally doing it wrong. I know, I can't remember the name of the guy, who does the Pathfinder 2e apologist, celebratory, review posts, he goes into detail about how, yes, like, you do need to be optimal when you play Pathfinder 2e. You have to be. There's just no other way to live. And I still come from the vampire space where, like, your intent is, I want to play my horribly flawed Malkavian.
Yes.
Who, yes, they have melee 4, but, like, they think that they're a ninja half the time. Like, that's the space I operate in, where you certainly can do something that's optimal or good or even advantageous, but it comes with other things. It isn't just purely, hey, I'm so good at punching a frost giant.
Yes.
More about, what did you do in that last tavern? How is it going to affect us for the next 20 game sessions? Oh, it means you're going to teleport away and get attacked by ballistas? Yeah, like, it's just... this goes back to that idea space of, we're trying to have fun. We're trying to play dudes who fuck. Like, that. Even these animals fuck. Like, that's like a lizard camel. For crying out loud. I love that.
It's a 2-seater.
I love that so much. Yes. It's a 3-humped lizard camel. Like, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's immersive also.
It is.
And I guess it's just...
though.
Oh no. Oh no. They did it before the orcs did.
Yeah.
But isn't that supposed to be wielded by, like, the four-armed people?
Yeah, but it doesn't make it any better. It makes it more likely to cut something off from yourself.
It does, yeah.
Because no matter how you swing this thing, 2 blades are always pointing at you. It's bad.
Yeah, you.
Like,
yeah.
put 1 blade here and 1 blade here, and maybe you have an argument. But the 4, no. No. Stupid. It is always stupid, but okay, fine. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, double lightsaber is also stupid. Fight me. But if you do it with double lightsaber, you're gonna lose because you're gonna cut your fucking legs off.
Every time. Every single time.
Yeah. I mean, rule of cool wins, yeah, I guess, but this is not cool either.
This is cool.
Have dune ships, wind ships, and then the game master section, in which we have bunch of monster names, their level, 1+, 1 to 4, blah blah blah, the 8 points, and then the very quick description of what they do. And it's funny because these guys, when you get this book, none of this is explained to you. No. Some of these, the ice giant, okay, that's a guy we can look up like in the character section, but a lot of this is just monsters, literally, that you that are going to be in a later book.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, here we go, blah 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 blah, like a lot of stuff. You have little tables to roll on for how many siblings you have and what's up with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a mentor, if they were benevolent, fairly helpful, preoccupied, irritable, or unapproachable, or worse. And then, like, little background rolls for, like, who anyone you might want to roll is now. Doesn't really say what this is used for.
It doesn't, but, like, perfect for a random NPC.
Yep.
Right away.
Or for just rolling, what's my brother doing? Oh, he's a moneylender. Yeah, okay.
There you go.
And then you can roll the relationship to the character. There's the mandatory hireling section that every old game has to have.
Yeah, every single one.
But look how tiny it is. Isn't it nice? And then you roll charisma to see if they are loyal and stuff. Like, it's always the same. Lifespan charts, which is also crazy. Like, you can literally play a guy, an Arak lives to 30 at venerable age plus a d6. Like, you can just literally be one of those aliens from Invincible that live 5 years.
I love it that now you're referring to Invincible. It makes me very happy.
Yeah. Arachnids. Oh, Dr. Zoidberg also dies very young.
What do you mean I die very young?
And a few quick comments on like if there's a comment-worthy thing here. Like let's see if the Gnomekin mature early, enjoying a long period of adulthood, and are amongst the most long-lived of the Talislantan races. It's 1 to 4 for adolescent, then adult 50 to 100 to 150. Yeah. Yep. Morgoths get older, and Vajra get even older.
Medieval ages here too, a lot of these are very short-lived. And we're talking sorcerers hybrid races too. Like the Arak, like they have a decently lengthy adult lifespan, but like as soon as they get old, they die very fast. Yeah, it's very immersive. Also, just even the age section, which I can't say that about many games. Like the only other example I can think of this in recent memory is like Dark Sun. When you look at like the age chart for Dark Sun, you go, wait. Dwarves are the longest lived, and even then it's 2 centuries at most. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened to the elves?
Yep. And then we have another, like, I want to just point this out now. Another thing that's 1987, go folks remember. Like, they talk about the 0 hit point rule and like how you might die then. It's actually a roll on the normal d20 if you get reduced to below 0, and then modified by your constitution, and for every 5 hit points below 0 you get a -1, and if you don't make the roll, like, you died, otherwise you will eventually like wake back up. So they say a character's death should be a rare occurrence. Not to say characters shouldn't be made to feel invulnerable or be allowed to attempt any reckless stunt without having to face the consequences. Should the campaign have such a high mortality rate that no one wants to play for fear of losing their favorite characters. Yeah, 1987 tells you this. It's so nice. Like, a lot of this is ahead of its time, honestly.
Really ahead of its time. Like, these were people that wanted to keep playing the same game over and over again and keep playing their Ice Giant over and over again and have fun. That's why I keep going to the phrase, these guys fuck. Like, it's different when I want to preserve my quirky whatever it is that I just rolled for a one-off game at a tournament style thing at some local gaming store. Whereas this, they're just assuming you're going to be wanting to play the same character for 3 to 5 years. You just are.
Yes. And then they spent 2 pages on chronology, which is crazy. But here's some holidays that you can incorporate into your game. It's the annual Clash of Champions. Shows representatives of Aman and Zandu meet in combat atop the Great Barrier Wall. Victorious nation is awarded proprietorship of the wall for the year, reaping a vast profit in tour revenues. Like, yeah, cool. If we happen to be in this area, we're gonna watch that shit. No, this is there. There's the little vignettes you can use for your game.
Right away. Like, it's I don't think I've ever said this on the show. It's why calendars are actually kind of important, because yes, it's immersive, yes, it's setting, yes, it's lore, but then it's also jump-in points. You have jump-in points just built into this. Okay, this is their form of Easter. This is where their great Messiah rose from the dead with his rabbit ears and laid eggs. Like, who knows? But it will be a jump-off point for something, because then your PC is meeting in a tavern, and everybody's wearing bunny ears that works at the tavern, and you don't know why, and then you learn why. Like, it just does stuff immediately for your game.
You know why I wear bunny ears, but anyway.
My favorite one is the Casimir Trapsmith Convention, a gathering of the most skilled Casimir artificers. New products are displayed in seminars held in all facets of the business.
Yeah.
Like, what? This is Trapsmiths. What? I like that a lot. It's so silly, but
please,
it's
Mr.
also
Adventurer, please walk up this totally normal staircase.
Yes.
Oh no, it appears you have triggered a hidden trap that has dumped you into a vat of acid. How unfortunate. Who would like to go
This is a bunch of Is lined up, like staring through like the clear glass at the guy struggling in the acid.
Yeah. Bunch of languages get mentioned, and the game isn't really concerned with like which ones do you know.
No.
Like you can infer that from like your race plus the. Probably everyone knows Talislanta as the root tongue sprung through much of Talislanta. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that even their common tongue has like exceptions where it's not spoken. It's pretty good.
Yep.
Some cults get a quick mention. Like this is just the DM section. It's just ways for the DM to have like ideas for adventures. Some diseases, which okay, fine. This do be that time. And then some adventure hooks. Actually, like 36 of them, which is nice. A nice amount. And then some term descriptions, blah blah blah. Several pages actually of it, and then a little bit of adventure stuff. And the art is nice in this. I do like this. Like just explaining like a little town. This is just the explanation for this little town that you could put into your game.
It's the inversion of Symbieta, because in Symbieta, they do is show you the town and explain that they have 150 tanks, 47 of which are unmanned and still sitting there at this time, requiring repair, as well as the 1,200 men-at-arms who are there, 37% of which know first-level magic spells. Like, I don't care about this shit. Give me something more immersive, thanks.
Yes, it's indeed. And this is just a whole little adventure, like very condensed, of course. Can weather table to roll on, and like what weather is common in which region of the fucking world is nice. Like if you look at this, and we can infer that ice giants probably come from up here. And it's just like, this also like feels adventure-y, this map. I don't really like that it's one big continent, but at least it's like, it's not just a regular landmass. There's like a lot of little nuances in here that are interesting.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like that we're playing in Fantasy Australia.
Yes,
because that's what I thought of immediately when I looked at this.
It is kind of like B2B, kind of like that. It's a bunch of like asteroid craters and shit.
Yeah, the like you've got these big central deserts. They decided to put like deadly lizards, deadly insects, deadly everything here. Like, I know that there are supposed to be like highly venomous this, highly venomous that, spiders that will bite you and you'll lose a limb. Like they go all the way in with that, and I'm just like, okay, Fantasy Australia, I'm here.
Yeah, one of the things.
Like, there's no humans here. Humans never visited.
Just to really point out two things about this map. They didn't know what rivers are, because what is this? It just ends. I guess it does. Can happen. But this, where does it come from? It's just like an island, but it's a river. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, the map overall, like, I don't mind it. It's fine.
Fine.
Like, it also doesn't feel like it's necessarily a ginormous place, because this is like one mountain, like on this map drawing, right?
Yeah.
So this is actually, you could travel this with like semi-realistically, because so many games make the world so huge that it's very difficult to do that.
This feels a little more personal, because like Kazmir can trade with Faradun in this setting, whereas like in a conventional setting, you couldn't imagine the landlocked area of Kazmir trading with Faradun over there in the southeast on the coast. You couldn't imagine that in a normal setting, because this would be much bigger, huge even. But here, no, I can imagine it. I can imagine it very easily.
Okay, that was the map. I think, yeah. What's the aberrant weather? Guide to pronunciation. This is also like funny. Like, this is, again, we're at page 81 and we're talking about how to pronounce Farut.
Barud. Nice.
Barut. Yeah, here's the sheet. Okay. So experience age. So they don't really. I guess you have enough room here to write both numbers.
Oh, yeah, then we have the GM tables.
Actually, only one page. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's because all of this is the only one like we actually need for rolls, which is nice. Okay. And now, since this has been kind of intriguing, let's take a quick look at the Chronicles and the scroll into this one to make sure it works. The monster manual they have, Naturalist's Guide versus the Chronicles. So the Chronicles is going to be 109-ish pages of just cool art and background information. Like, look at this man. Like, he has a little bottle that has a helmet on. And his pipe is a dragon. Like, and this beard has claws on it. It's insane, the detail here. Like, this is exactly the art that I want in a TTRPG book.
Yeah. You nailed it. That is the biggest complaint that I have about a lot of modern art and RPGs is I look at the art and I'm just like, I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to see anybody who's like this guy. Get out of here. This guy, I want him to be my friend.
Yes. I'll say too, this version of the book is the bad version. If you don't, I had downloaded the good version and opened it, and the pictures look like twice as good, but I can't reopen it now because it's too big. Like legitimately, Firefox can't open it. It could only open it by downloading it piece by piece, and I don't want to do it again. But the art, like, it's still good in here. I think it's a bit overexposed, I guess. But yeah, it's just. Oh look, here's the titties. The harem. Talking about the harem, and some of them have their titties out. I guess it might be slaves. There might be slavery in this. It might be politically incorrect. Wizards would never allow this.
Yep. Like, yes, the best way to tackle a topic is to never talk about it. That's absolutely right, J.K. Rowling. I mean, wizards. I mean.
Yeah, and these are the guys whose females are very, very adorable and nice looking, and whose men are literally just. How do I describe this? Ugly bastard orcs, I guess.
Ugly bastard orcs, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, here's a little village. Like, it's also like they keep peppering in. Oh look, here's a little village of these guys, and here's like the description for what thing is. Let's go.
Yeah.
Squatches, yes, excellent, thank you. Yeah. Here's Garantham, which has like sandboats, and here's a city, big city, like with a cool wall and multiple walls and what have you. And we are just gonna keep going through. And here's a guy riding down those camel things, but it only has 2 humps. Maybe it's a female or male. Who knows?
Who knows?
And here's a tentacle man eating a guy. Like, here's his leg, and here's the rest of him, minus arm, because that's in here. Look at his feet. Look at his fucking cards blinked out with 10,000 skulls. Like, you know it's a bad time on the Crescent Isles now, don't you? You don't even have to read the text to know this is bad. Imagine this man, like this chunk roads along the coast on the Crescent Isles, just like eating dudes. Man.
And the funny thing is like you can imagine himself propelling himself along by his tentacles just slowly inching his chair forward.
You also know that in between these legs there's a big donga hanging down.
Huge.
Yeah, terrible.
Huge multi-tentacled one. Yeah.
And we have the Dark Coast, where 4-legged fishmen fight 4-armed lizard women, men, possibly, I don't know. Like, again, we don't even have to read this to be inspired by I feel like the art in this is so good. that, yeah, I could see this world seems interesting. Oh, these guys just wear masks because they just like it, I guess. Kigurumi fans. And this guy has a winged monkey. And he has a selection of jewels and wine and the D20 on his desk. He's clearly a nerd who likes to roleplay. So like it's like I make fun of it, but it's really nice. Look at this creature here. Like everything about this is cool. Everything
I like that Ernesto has a good life.
Yes, but it's Ernesto's child with a mole because look at the creature. Like it has hands and I don't know. And Ernesto fucks. We knew this. This is eating the big stupid chicken leg.
Yes, I love it so much. Like, it's evocative. That's the word I keep using, but it's like the right word.
And then again, here's the rogue city of Gao, which we could visit. And it has like a smuggler's cove up here. Of course it does. And then Harak, we ride beaked dragons and throw boomerangs.
Yes, one of the characters from Golden Axe.
More evidence of this being Australia because there's boomerangs.
Exactly. I think I'm onto something with the Australia thing. I really do.
Yeah. And in Imria, our ships are pulled by giants. I don't know what these are, but I don't want to be in their mouths. You know, it's just, yeah. Okay, this is weird. Is this two guys or is this one guy with two heads? I think it's two guys.
It's two guys.
Huh. Oh, he's crazy. Oh, they've stolen his eggs and he's coming for them with his pincers. Out of the bog. Yeah. And for a second, when I scrolled through this verse, I was like, Jungles of Ghana? Really? No, it's Chana. This is C in their font.
Yes.
But it's still
very distinct.
Slightly unfortunate combo there, but whatever. Oh, the Khazad, where we steal dudes' cool helmets as a ghoul.
Yep. This is where we play the Forsaken from World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Like again, like it's just in Lahan we have it's very prejudice, this dragon. And I guess he has an ice giant head here. Cool.
Oh, that was I suddenly forgot her name. From the Fabulous Ultimate Game, her wife.
With the ice lady, yeah.
Yeah. Oh look, it's Mog. Just Mog.
Yeah, Mog in the bog, doing some water gathering or whatever. Hey, ice giants in the ice.
We have the Necromongers from Riddick.
Yeah. We do. So minus 20 charisma, guys. We have the worm boats in Oceanus. Which is actually a floating city. Pretty cool.
Damn, like just this image alone is evocative. Like I really like that.
Like the kind of a train city, so it does like in sections.
Wait, scroll up just slightly. Oh, stop. Yeah. Oh, the colony is Zaratan. I'm assuming that it refers to the giant sea turtle things that are like a whole island nearly.
Yeah.
That they lash their ships to, and then they just let the turtle go.
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool. I really like that.
Yeah. I like this too. Like, boy, we had Sayap. Look at this.
Oh. God, I'm going to make so many references. Holy shit. This is the Sky City in 12,000 BC in Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, it is. They're pooping on. They're pooping down on everybody.
They really are.
No one can stop them.
You can't stop us. Come up this chain and stop us.
The plains of Golarion, where we wrestle dragons.
Golarion from Pathfinder.
Yeah. And also just again, like motherfucker just drew all that. Like it's nothing with a pencil. Because it's 1987. They didn't have Photoshop.
They didn't. Holy shit, so good.
Ah, Jabba the Hutt is here.
Jabba the Hutt.
The Quan
We have the
Empire.
Reptites
Ah.
from 65 million BC. Yeah.
And
really dig this.
And Artichoke Man.
Artichoke Man, yeah.
Man.
He really hates being a delicacy.
Yeah. And in Rajanistan, we are kinky.
We're very kinky in Rajanistan. If you go back to that, I mean, that's what that guy's holding there, the masked man. He's holding a dildo.
Oh, wait, is he?
Rajanistan.
Oh, this thing,
see?
Yeah,
clearly that's a dildo.
It's spiked for your pleasure.
Your prostate's pleasure.
Yeah. Seven Kingdoms is the cover.
Seven Kingdoms is your default fantasy fellowship nonsense, which is fine. You can have that, please do.
We can have that because everything else is also here.
Mm-hmm.
We have this again. Like the only thing I will say is they do reuse this art they have, but holy fuck, it's so good. I do not care.
I don't care. Just go off, King. Just do it because they have enough new stuff like this, like the idea of plateau nomads with giant elevators, like
and they
I love it.
And they're reflecting crystal to like message other settlements.
Oh my god, that's such a cool detail!
Yeah.
Like I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah, and imagine if you lived in 1,000 Needles. There you go. And here's another hexagonal city, which we, for some reason, really love to do. But it's kind of has its merits in reality, where the round wall is the kind of optimal, but you need the gates somewhere, so you might as well do like straight walls and make a few of them and stuff. Like this is the kind of shapes you get when you have two walls into consideration. And again, there's like a shit ton of explanation. Like there's 30 numbers here on this map, with 47, if not more. They're all going to tell you about.
This is supposed to be the capital of the Seven Kingdoms and yada yada, which is cool. Mm-hmm. I like it.
General, where we ride on, where Death Incarnate rides on a big manta ray. Like again, it's just metal album covers left, right, and center in this thing.
Yes, exactly. All of these, again, they all fuck. They're all very evocative. Oh my gosh! And I like this pair here. Wow.
Yeah. He is happy forever, and she's happy to rob him. Wait, does she have two? No, there's 5 fingers. Okay, everything is fine. It's gonna stream AI art in 1987. Oh my god, look at these snails and then the air city. Oh my god, it's so cool.
Oh no, it's Ernesto's homeland.
Yeah. The snails battle the giant water walkers.
Spiders.
Yeah.
And an astral ant appears to save him.
Yeah.
Oh, here's where the griffs are from.
Yeah, they sit on mountaintops and look at rocks.
Like, okay. Arakawa, we have griffs at home.
Yeah, it's true.
Hot take. The grips are just bam. I'm a cover.
This guy wears the littlest amount of clothing he can, and maybe it's just feathers. I'm not sure.
We don't know. Ask him. He might attack us.
Where's some like soft leather boots and a strap, and maybe another one. Good job. Love him. What is actually
the earliest form of the orb pondering meme?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's actually a really good orb pondering meme. I like it. PB Breeding, great name. PD Breeding.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to notice the artist's name.
And this is just like the what's he called? The giant from a Neverending Story.
Rockbiter.
Rockbiter. Yeah, it's Rockbiter.
100%.
Yeah. Also trying to ponder, but pondering a guy, by the way.
Pondering a guy.
I love Urag because the little guy is bringing him stuff, and he has.
I like this so much.
His paw thing is the weapon actually that they had in the other book.
It is. Yeah, it's their version of a man catcher, except it's literally a hand that's animated. And he has his bondage griff and everything.
Yes. Yes, he has his chest shaved, you can tell.
You can tell. You can tell. I was plucked today for you, master.
Yeah. Here's the Fortress of Crag. And here's the volcanic hills where we just build our volcanoes artisanally still.
There's
gonna be none of this buying volcanoes at the store here. We're building them with our own hands.
Oh my gosh. Lizard dudes living around volcanoes is such a strong super metal thing for me. I really like that visual so much still to this day.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It's just cool. It's just very primeval. It's very, oh gosh, the dinosaurs never left. Oh my gosh. This is like so is that like one of their queens? And they're like grabbing eggs out of her?
She's laying eggs and then he is like putting them into like bunches, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, to hang from the ceiling, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Like, huh. And then there's werewood.
Hey, fucking werewolves. Look at these little guys. They're unhappy to be here.
Oh my god, those are leshies. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Those gotta be leshies.
There's
cool.
another one here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, now I wonder if there's a fourth. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. But I like how their idea of a werewolf is like he has stuff coming out of his face.
Yes.
Like, yes.
Labyrinths, which is like old style labyrinths where you just go down and then you bonk here. You should have gone in. But not here. You should have gone in. Wait, it's not solvable. Okay, I'll give you that one game. This lab, wait, again, go. There's only one way down and then it's over. So this is not solvable. Is this solvable? Maybe.
It is solvable.
This one? No, it's not.
Yeah. You see the outside there? You go in.
Oh, black is supposed to be the wall. I was following the wall. Yeah, okay, no, then it makes more sense. You're right. It's follow. Yeah, you're right.
Oh wow, yeah, the serpent maze concept, fun. Oh, gosh, another album cover.
Barons. Where we have fancy guys in their wagons, and then whatever the wagon creatures shit off, this guy has to pick up.
These are the swordswomen that they featured in the first book we looked at. That have like fucking mohawks and huge hoop earrings and look like they will just eat your face.
Yeah. Like again, we're not even reading the text, we're just looking at this and it's great. Oh, the man is back with his...
The man!
Whatever the
and
fuck.
And his buddy!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
the huge harp man.
I like the triangular playing cards. Like, this is the little details of like making them triangular. This is, if you have seen like old school like fantasy movies as well that are like this, where then the prop department just gets to go nuts and they make like the triangular playing cards and put a guy like give a guy the weird extra like dome head and stuff. It's very evocative of that, I feel like.
Yeah, this really captures that bottle, that era of like the 80s and then early 90s, like sword and sorcery stuff in movies and TV.
This guy just carries his eye around. He doesn't have it in his face.
Yes. Oh my god, that's actually really good. I really like that.
Also, like we have so many different like writing creatures as well. It's so cool.
There's just so many, and that's what I want. Like this is why Dark Sun is still one of my favorites, in that they decided, you know what, if we're not going to have horses, let's have all these other things, and they decided to do the same thing in Talislanta. It's just really good.
And this is what an elf looks like after the Only Coom challenge. It's a little dehydrated, you know? Dehydrated but happy.
It's been over 80 years.
I'm still cooming now.
I'm so cooming now. Oh my goodness. This looks like a Yeti with like Chinese money in his hand. Because it's got the hole in the middle. Like, what? Oh my goodness.
This could be a giant button as well.
Huge button. He's just like looking for the right shirt to put it on.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then just like some dude having a good time smoking.
Well, we have Xanadu, but it's one fewer syllables. It's just Xandu.
And these guys make it to a cover later in full color.
Yeah. Like, I really like that. This really evokes the setting really well, too.
Yeah. Another city.
Oh, nice.
This
Yeah, they
might
have.
be-
Oh, look, it's built over in Zon from Arcane. You have an upper city and a lower city.
Yeah, I'm an us and then. Yeah. And they describe that, and we have some appendices.
Like, it describes major oceans and rivers. It does everything. A huge list of terms.
Like,
it's just.
We have had other games that are like, oh, by the way, you can play a Panther Man and shit. But then those games don't evoke it with the art so well. This is really like art 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it really does. I want to play Metal Fantasy. I don't want to play anything else. I'll just say it like that.
Yep. And then quick look at this too, Monster Manual.
Yeah.
Because we have
really good Monster Manual.
Oh my god. I don't wanna.
Just all out.
I'm gonna leave. Thanks. I don't want to fight that.
I don't want to fight that thing in its 12 anuses.
Where would I even begin to attack it?
Its testicles on its face, or
I think it might be a part of a nose. These
guys are cool.
Yeah. And again, the art continues. Archon is just a light guy with a robe.
Yeah. It's just literally what StarCraft copied. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they keep giving you cool shit. Yeah. And they even do this stuff where it's like, oh, yeah, it's the line, but it goes over the line because I'm actually a good artist.
Oh, look, it's the Dark Savant from the Wizardry series.
Yeah.
It's the Black Savant.
Yeah. He can put like
literally, he looks similar.
He can feed his belt little treats.
Like, even the spiders are cool.
Yeah, this thing looks metal as fuck.
Yes, it does.
And then
you could probably use it as a mount. Like,
and the thing we really enjoy about this, like, to point this out real quick, right? Level 2 to 8. So you can make a big spider at 8, or you can make a small spider at 2. And all that changes really is its attack bonus.
Yeah, that's really it. And that's part of what makes it fun too. Is it's just that.
Yeah.
This is the age where, don't worry about it. Just, sliding scale, bippity boppity boo, ba ba ba, and then there you have it. Like, it isn't the modern era of, well, we need to have generic stat blocks now that have no personality in them. No, they just kept it simple back then. The Death's Head Viper, that looks really cool.
Yeah, and they make do with like having every special thing in the comments and every little description.
Yeah. And I'd rather that.
Yeah. Man, it's just nice. Demons.
So compare this again to 5.05, which insisted on having big art now for every monster.
Mm-hmm.
This is art that evokes every time. Like the Swamp Demon, bam. Look at that thing. You immediately know what kind of fights you're going to have. Immediately. You don't even need to look at the text. Don't even bother.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be a tentacle attacks and biting and
it's so good
stuff.
Because there's a second fucker down here.
Yeah.
They're ambush predators. You can tell from that alone.
Exactly. It's it's evocative. Be evocative. That's all you have to do with your art. Make me feel something or think something just by looking at it. Like, fuck 1,000 words. Give me 1,000 feels.
Yep.
I love the baby dragon looking like a fucking worm.
Yeah. Kalia, Hydra, Lanta Dragon, yes.
Oh, this is more Golden Axe. Look at that. That looks like one of the big-tailed dragon things you can ride around on that slap bad guys with its tail. That's so cool.
Yeah. As per plate armor. Yeah, this thing is also going to be tough to bring down.
That's so cool. Oh, hey, the sea dragon. Go back to that. They have a little detail there. You notice its jaw?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a reptile jaw. Like reptiles have a secondary joint, whereas
Yeah.
mammals just have the one joint. Yeah, like little details like that. Like the artist obviously looked at animals while drawing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I like that that's like the quote unquote horse.
Yes, the Equus. It's
I
great.
really like that.
Exomorph. Well, you look fun.
They look like Kazin who have regressed, which
Yeah.
that's a cool vibe.
Yeah. Phantasm. Ferran, which is a red dude.
This is like Skaven who fuck.
Yeah.
I know I've said that so many times this episode. Come on.
This is Alpha Skaven. This is the guy they don't castrate.
This is the guy who he's the warp stone.
Yeah.
He makes you sit in the chair.
Imagine hitting this, firing this thing like on your.
Oh my god!
window.
This is like a realistic version of a Sturge from D&D.
Yeah. There. You want to look at it? Gnomekin, Greenman, Griff. Back here.
Okay, so it is feathers. All right.
Yeah. You're right.
I just like the aesthetic of the ice giant, where they're just like, can we just put lots of spikes on this? No, that's not enough. Put more.
Yeah. They send it back with the request for more spikes a 5th time. I don't know where to put them. Put a few on the club, make them kind of broken off. Okay, fine. That is Press Master now.
Oh, wow. Literally just a big, disgusting fruit worm.
Yeah. And it's going to come at you.
I like that a lot.
Not great.
No.
Jack.
Juju. Oh, there we go. There's our non-racist Hatazi. The Jacka.
Yeah. Man. Mandragora. Oh, the Mandragora is a big tree in this. I like that.
Yes. Oh, that's that's
Actually,
really
wait,
good.
2 to 4, but it's not can't be that big.
Yeah, it's not very big. It's 2 to 3 feet tall, it looks like.
I mean, big enough to get this guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a gnomekin.
Mangonel lizard. Here is your favorite monster, Sundred. The Mangonel lizard.
Does it have a ranged attack? No.
Is it just so big that it can mount a Mangonel? Is that what it is?
I don't know. It looks chunky, that's for sure.
I love this thing. Like, I would like there to be a non-2,000 to 2,800 pound version that is like bulldog sized, because that would make an amazing lizard bulldog thing.
It's got a Thagomizer. Yes. You don't want to get Thagomized by it. Megalodont. Megalodont. Oh god, they knew what they were doing.
They really did.
6
did.
limbs. 6 limbs, 6 limbs.
6 limbs, yeah. Are you looking up my butt?
Man, why is the abominable snowman such a Chad?
Why is he so sexy? Why?
Oh god, look at him.
Oh my gosh.
Half a ton of pure alpha energy over there.
Yes.
Oh god.
He's looking back to make sure you're sitting in the chair before he proceeds.
A thing to point out, by the way, is that most of these are signed with 87, which makes sense, but also means that this guy who drew all of this drew this whole book's art in like half a year. What?
Half a year.
Considering they had to get printed and everything. Like crazy.
It is crazy. Like, that's another thing. We underestimate how fast pencil artists worked back then.
Yeah.
They worked really fast, and in some cases worked light years faster than modern digital artists who try to emulate pencil work.
Yeah.
It's very interesting how the more the technology is advanced, actually, it hasn't made some aspects more productive. You couldn't do the same kind of art in the modern era just as quickly. You just can't, because the skills for doing the pencil thing, holy shit. It's just a certain skill set, especially to make it like bold enough so that when you go to photocopy it using the photocopiers back then that were lower resolution and would like to fuck things up, like being able to do that in a way so it was replicable, holy shit. Like,
yeah,
these guys knew what they were doing.
really impressive. There's just one guy is still the whole time.
Oh, nice. I like that actually a lot. I like this again. It goes back to the metal thing. Like, there's fairies. They're just like, oh yeah, they're cute and adorable. And then this one looks like she sees some shit. She's seen some shit. She's been around the block a few times. She's got like
she's day drinking and she knows why.
Yeah. She knows why, and she's going to tell you all the fuck about it in
Yeah.
such a way that she can cast the sleep spell on you, and you fall asleep listening to her.
Yes.
And then she robs you.
Oh, the nagbird! I love it. It's just a fucking menace.
Oh my god, it's just little anarchist birds. Like, they even have little mohawks.
Nagbirds possess no known redeeming qualities and are edible only in the most literal sense. I love that as writing too.
They have good writing in all of this. Like, we haven't really gone over much of it, but all the writing in here is very of its time. Like, there are many sections where they avoid using the word slave and instead prefer to use the word thrall, because they're trying to convey, no, it's not the chattel slavery that you would know about if you read a history book. Instead, it's more like what the Vikings had or somebody similar.
Yeah. Naku.
God, there's so many good lizard dudes in here, I swear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
necrophage. Just a ghoul, basically.
Basically.
Oh, no. Neurovore,
like,
eating your brain since forever.
Man, you thought intellect devourers were horrible in Baldur's Gate 3. Now they fly.
Yeah, no, they aren't just a big stupid brain on legs.
Oh my god, the creature design still makes me want to slap somebody. I like this way more. Oh, wow.
Draw me a bird. What's next? Yeah, cool. Awesome.
Give me a huge bird.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the special birds that the Beastmasters tame. So, like, that's the intent of their existence, which is cool.
Night Stalker.
He's just having a little sleep.
Nocturnal Strangler. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Ographan? Oh. Actually, it's kind of interesting.
It is interesting. It looks like, I don't know.
It looks like an unfortunate hybrid, yes.
Yeah. The thing is, there's a woolly version according to the text, and I think that's way better because if you don't see the skin.
Oh, you're having the reaction that people have to a hairless cat. I get you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he does kind of have the hairless cat wrinkled vibe rather than like a rhinoceros hide or a hippo hide or even an elephant hide. It's more like naked cat.
Oh, the Ogrond.
Ooh, I like that. Oh, I really like that.
Looks like a guy from World of Warcraft. Ragnitz, we already know. Wait, this guy has one more claw.
Yeah, he has 3. Maybe he's from a different hive.
Yeah, maybe.
Huh.
He's for grabbing.
Oh, then they have the casts. Nice.
Yeah, that's good. Sardonicus.
They're just bottle imps. Okay.
Guiding magical law. So you can ask him 3 questions to answer. I love that.
That's cool. I love that so much. It's really well done.
Soren.
And it's the straight up Sorens that live around volcanoes.
These are the guys who built their own volcanoes. So yeah.
Yes. Then there's the Sorid, which is like Sorid Chad.
Yeah. Sawilla.
This is like the closest we get to elves in here.
Yeah. Feathered elves.
Feathered elves that will probably kill you.
Shadow
with their
rides.
musical instruments.
And shadow wizards.
Oh no, they have a whole money gang.
And shaitan.
They were not afraid to use that word back then.
Shape changer. Also a cool, very, very cool picture.
So good.
I like that it isn't just like clearly you're taking on either the human or the lizard form, we're unsure. But I like that it's not sprouting equally. Like it's not one half of the face is human. It's like this is the human part, but then also the mouth is still like teeth. This part isn't, and so on. This is really, really good.
Yeah, this is an artist who really thought about it once again. I guess that's the big thing is just like, I don't, so yeah, they missed one thing mechanically, cool. There's so much thoughtfulness put into everything else though, like.
Yeah, and then the oversight
really
of that is like, even back then, you can be like, oh, by the way, it works like that, and like some sign, and it's gonna propagate. Even if you play it wrong, it's not the end of the world necessarily.
That's the other thing. Like, there's so many modern things that just fall apart if you play it wrong. Pathfinder 2e, if you get one rule wrong, it can ruin the whole game. It literally can. I've seen it unfold before my eyes when I was watching a random live stream of Pathfinder 2e because it was like, okay, how do people actually play this who are like really, really like obsessed with this? Because like I've seen the casuals, but I haven't really seen the obsessed people. And the obsessed people, they'll get something wrong, and then 2 hours later be like, well, that kind of fucked up the whole combat. And I don't like games like that. I like the games where we can figure it out and get going still.
Yeah, but imagine if Pathfinder rules fit on 9 pages or 8 pages.
Oh my god, like that's the dream. I think the dream is if you're I'll say even 10 pages. If your core rules, including the core dice mechanic, the core here's how you build character, but not like all the character details, and the other core things can fit on 10 pages, you've won.
Yeah.
I think you've won.
Yeah. Because people can actually read and retain that.
Yeah. That's the big part. And then 10 pages. That's easy for a little booklet you pass around the table constantly during a session. It's so simple. Oh, smuck. I like that.
So it's a bird who can find treasure.
Okay. So it's a treasure finding, like, kind of like a dodo. Almost.
Yeah.
Except, like, it looks like it's up to something.
It actually, smocks are infallible locations of treasure, but are quirky and unpredictable in nature. The birds are known to be nosy, lazy, and gluttonous, and have little resistance to disease or exposure. It is kind of a dodo.
Oh my god! See, like they dodo coded it visually enough for me to say it kind of makes me think of a dodo. And you read the text, and that's what it is. Like, oh, that's good. That's so good.
Snipes are a highly intelligent species of mollusks native to the sinking land. Okay. Intelligence +6. This guy fucking solves nuclear equations, guys.
Damn. Ernesto, I never knew.
Yeah.
I like how it has like a little mouth that obviously it could talk with if it wanted to.
That's cool. I like that actually that they are smart. Strider,
cool.
it's another riding bird. We have a Strix.
Oh, yeah, that's your like fucking vulture with horns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tarkus. Iron Tarkus is here. Thrall.
Oh, okay. They're an actual
race, I guess.
Oh, they just covered in tattoos. I like how he's like wearing nice sandals.
Bred to conform to a single set of physical attributes, all thralls look exactly alike, only the distinctions between male and female being normally evident. To remedy the situation, the thralls decorate their faces and entire bodies with well colorful tattoos, thus attaining a degree of individuality. See, that's cool.
That's interesting. That's deep.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Tundra beast.
The are basically our orcs, basically.
Void monster. It's just a mouth with tentacles. That's classic. A Vorol, another smoke monster of some kind. Oh, Wanderers of the Shan, the guys with the eye on the staff.
This is our Dune connection, kind of.
Yeah. A weirdling.
Oh, there's our goblins.
Real cool guy. Werbeist. Wisp. Who rides a fish.
Oh my goodness! Here's the guys that Waggles regularly has to repel from her home.
Oh no, these guys, they steal the snacks, yeah.
Yeah, they steal your snacks. And they ride fish.
Wildman.
Interesting.
Winged apes. Hell yeah, classic. Winged fucking apes.
Yes, I love them. I love them so much. Like this is again like the Wizard of Oz flying monkeys. We have winged apes at home. Like this is the real chat of that.
Yeah. And winged vipers. They eat you.
I'll eat a bird.
Like this
I
is
like that they didn't shy away from that. I like that.
It is actually important to me that in a lot of these pictures where you see a creature like they are eating or doing something, because in so much of the D&D art, it's just like, here is a Cyclops. Guy stands there looking like a Cyclops. It's just not that evocative. Also, don't quote me on the Cyclops thing. It could be that the one in particular isn't like that, but yeah.
Well, when they do put them into action, it's usually I'm fighting, but it's not like showing how they fight. It's just I'm fighting.
Yeah.
Which is so boring. Like, there's more to the game than fighting.
Mm-hmm. Zaratan. Yes,
Zaratan.
Yeah, that thing has 78 points max, so I think you're right.
These are these big chungus. They're 30 feet long. So.
And then we have a bit of flora even telling us about moida trees
never
and
do
shit.
This.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. This is really good. I really like this.
Stranglevine stuff, Tanglewood.
Oh wait, go back to the Sporozoid. Oh, there's the gas bags from the Heretic game.
Yep.
That explode when you shoot them.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Whisperweed. Like, this stuff. It's like, I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat the insects stuff. I guess you like good books, guys. Yeah. Good books.
Like, and they're free. Like, what can I say?
Oh, look at this. The PD Breeding Black. Oh god, Breeding Black. Wait, they weren't called Breeding Black in the past, were they? They marry exactly that year. I'm fascinated by this because we like this artist so much.
On PDF, you load faster. There you go. PD Breeding, yeah.
Yeah, PD Breeding versus PD Breeding Black. Double name.
Interesting.
And yeah, you can hire their services by calling this surely still in production number. Fuck. But yeah, I mean, hell yeah, like this artist is really the MVP of this whole show. I want to see a big one of this. Look at this lady with her. I don't even know what's going on. But she sure has it going on. Like
she has tell Cersei it was me energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like again, this artist, like fuck yeah, awesome. Like really evocative, really good. And really good at like not drawing humans as well, which is like actually underrated. Because so many artists like always draw human and then maybe give it a tail. Like this actually looks weird and cool. These things. Okay. This is
interesting.
First edition, Drake. What do you think?
Like, okay, I'll just come out and say it. There's a lot of modern games where we get really tripped up on like a number of rules or a number of things that we're like, but we don't really like this. We don't really like that.
Yeah.
We didn't really get tripped up. Like there was the thing that was obviously missing, but it wasn't something that we were going to sit here and like criticize them much for, because it's like this comes from the era of I don't know, just figure it out. Yeah. Which there's only so much of that we can do in the modern era because we don't have time. We just don't. So when 5.05 tells you just figure it out with dwarves, no, tell me what a dwarf is supposed to be. Tell me what the baseline is, and then we can violate the stereotype or have the stereotype. Like, just do it. Talislanta, even back then, even with a, let's just say, sometimes a third of a page, and then the art dominates the rest of the page, they're going to fucking tell you what it is. The image is going to tell you, the text is going to tell you. You're going to know how to roleplay that thing in just one page.
Yeah.
You're just going to know.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to, some people will say, well, that sounds like hand-holding. No, you have to establish the baseline for things. You have to. You have to. And Talislanta does that and has one omission. And that's fewer omissions than most things we look at. That's really good. I just don't feel like anything's missing besides that. Because attributes, you can figure out how they work. Like, it's pretty obvious. They make it obvious right away. Everything's pretty clearly delineated. Like, they don't have a wisdom score. They have will and perception. So you know what's going on.
I believe they actually mean to use attribute rating for this. Like, for the spell resistance. But I would, that's the one instance where, okay, according to your book, if I do that, then spells are going to get resisted a lot, though. Which I'm like, since they almost always cast successfully, is that so bad? Maybe, maybe not. I would have liked it to be spelled out, I guess. If it's meant to be attribute rating, then that's fine. Since magic doesn't cost anything, it's kind of fine that it gets resisted a bunch, right? Because you can just try over and over. Which pet peeve I have on that on D&D? Why is perception under wisdom? Why does being wise make your eyeballs better? Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's a pet peeve of mine too, Waggles. That's why, like, shouldn't it be under intelligence that I perceive things? Shouldn't it be under charisma?
No.
It depends on the situation.
But Drake, it's under intelligence to understand what you're seeing.
Yes, it's under charisma to feel what I'm seeing.
Like, well, it's literally, like, in D&D, investigation is an intelligence skill. Perception isn't.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be its own attribute, or it should just be, like, a flat roll.
Yeah.
Somehow. Because it's something you have to do a lot anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
How much of this is just breeding black doodles he's had in his portfolio? Said we need a hut now, and I wonder that too. Like, how much of this is just him, like this person? I don't know if it's like him or her having drawn like this stuff for years, and now it's time to like put it in one book. But since a lot of it was signed with current year, for the book, I don't think it's old art.
My unique perspective on this is, back then they would play something and play test it for a while, and they would often include the artist in the game. So I just imagine Breeding Black playing the game and doodling while playing.
I think so.
So it may be that, and then oh shit, I don't have a picture of this. Let me draw this quickly.
Yep. So Drake, what's your? Let's do some least favorite thing about this.
I think my least favorite thing about this is the character concepts are way too... Okay, I'm just going to make a comparison because it makes this easier. You know how you had play sheets for Blades in the Dark? That's that, but here.
Yeah.
That's what you're picking, and then modifying it slightly.
Yeah.
That is to its detriment.
Yeah.
Your character really isn't your own. You're playing whatever. You're playing one of 80 archetypes. That's it.
I agree. This feels like very primed for race, attribute bonuses like special abilities of the race. List them. Classes, list them. Pick combo. And then maybe some combos can't be picked because like the ice giants really do not care about fine art or something, you know?
Yeah.
And it would have probably have taken about the same amount of pages.
Probably.
But at the same time, like there's so little to one of these that if my player was like, hey, can I be an Ahriman but just like trader? I think that would mean I have these and these attributes and like 10 hit points. Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sounds
very doable.
About right. Like, who cares, right? Since all they give you is like a little bit some attributes and some skills, basically, and hit points.
Yep.
Easy to make your own. And 80 is a good amount to start with. But I agree. Like, as it is, a lot of this book is just like dudes you'll never want to play overall.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. My least favorite is kind of an abstract, but I'm going to go there anyway. So they fit their rules on 8 pages. But I think they could have made them more readable and clear if they had used 10 or something like that. It wouldn't have killed them to be a little more wordy about some stuff.
Being verbose is actually very good for your basic rules. It is.
And again, I'm not saying like blow this up to 20, 30 pages or anything. But I'm saying, had you had 2 more pages, you could have written out some things more clearly. Because I have caught myself rereading some of these rules a few times. Because even if they are like not super complicated, they are sometimes presented a little convoluted. And also like the formatting of this is actually kind of shit. Like with the 1, 2, 3, 4. And it can be hard to read. Straight up just to read. Because you're like, wait, what? You just kind of fall into it because it's one big block of text, right? And then you find yourself reading the same line twice because it's kind of hard to know where you were and stuff like that. Like, I wish it was a little bit laid out, a little more time, more like readable slash. Even just like picking one font point bigger for everything might have helped. I don't know.
Maybe it might have actually.
I can mind it less for the other stuff in here, but for the rules, it makes it made it not a slog because again it's 8 pages, but it made it more annoying than it had to be to get through.
Yeah. That's a really good way to put it. And again, it's your basic rules. If you cover everything that you need to cover in 10 pages, then I'm very happy with you. If you took 8 and then it feels like you weren't verbose enough, then take the 10 next time.
Yeah. And Trek, what is your favorite thing about this?
That's the best way to put this. Talislanta originally was the one that said, and there's no elves, right? Or was that a different one?
I don't remember. Yeah, it could be.
I don't remember. The big thing about this that I really love is that there are things that you can obviously see in science fiction and all of the races, the species, the animals, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not Tolkienian at all.
Yes.
But like Tolkien, they don't rely on compound words for everything.
Yes, true.
Because that's one of the biggest problems right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is Greyhawk? It's a compound word. Fuck you, Gygax. What is Blackmore? A compound word. Fuck you, Arneson. The reason why Tolkien stuff still resonates with people today is partially because of the language that he used. He did not use compound words constantly to describe his things.
Yeah.
For example, we have the Ur in here, which are orcs. They're just called the Ur. The Ur.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We didn't have to come up with the Black Machians or something. We didn't have to do compound words to get across what we were going to say. And that's so good. That's so strong. Like, it still evokes the Tolkien spirit of this is its own thing and has its own identity without having to use compound words.
Yes. Alexa says more Barsunian, which is, yes, I agree.
Yeah, Barsunian, yeah.
And then Waggle says, what of Moor Black, though, Trick?
No, I'm just imagining Spoony looking at the cover of Ultima 7. Yeah.
Could it be Moor Black? No, it could be non-Moor Black. My favorite thing is kind of a goes along the same vein, but says a different thing. I like a lot of the games we have looked at really go like jump hard and fast on, but why is everything like it is? Like, oh, the humans came in their spaceship 5,000 years ago, and then they had a big fight, and then blew up, and now we are blah 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 blah. This book is just like, by the way, there's 50 kinds of lizards. Some of them make volcanoes, some of them live on like right on the other lizards. Some of them are just in the sex dungeon. Have fun with this shit. Go. And we don't have to explain it. We just have to tell you what it is. This book is... these books, rather, since they are like work together, they use the like matter-of-fact way of explaining things to you, where it's just like, yeah, this is how it is. These guys like to do this and that. These guys live in this kind of environment. They do this and that. And it's just like, oh, thank you. This is very utilitarian, what I actually need to play. There isn't a 5,000 year history that doesn't help me at all to understand what's going on. And even the stuff that's in here where I'm like, okay, this is very specific, like the holidays, it's like, yeah, this is the trap convention. And immediately I'm like, holy fuck, a medieval trap convention. I could make so many cool things in that happen in that.
Exactly. It's evocative. Yeah, that's the word of the episode, folks. Evocative. Because if
or medieval
if you put something in the lore, yes, trap convention. Oh, whoops.
I could do so many things with either. Sorry, go on.
What was I even saying? It's evocative, but the thing is that like if you put lore in, the lore has to be there for a reason for the player to play with. It has to be. Yes. You do not put lore in that is not there to be played with.
Yes.
For example, if you say a great wizard existed 14,000 years ago, what are we interacting with here? Well, you could just have them say, they created the orcs. Okay, cool. So do some orcs worship this wizard still? Oh, they do. Okay, there we go. There was a lore concept that led to a thing immediately. But if you just say there was a wizard 14,000 years ago and he died, who fucking cares? Connect it to something, please. Draw the line. Connect the dots. Be the guy waving his arms in front of the conspiracy board. Please.
Yes.
Just do that. Be that guy.
And now, double question. Would you, if you had found this in 1987 or around that time, would you have played this?
Yeah, I would have played it actually probably over Palladium.
Yeah, like I'm here with like it's kind of sketches the same age as Palladium, I would say. I would have played this, but not in 1987 because I would have been way too young. But yeah, I would have played I would have played a version of this, provided the other later versions you keep the spirit alive. You never know. Like this one feels very simple and nice and quick to get into, and that's super good. It's so kitchen sinky and like it's pulpy even, like to an extent, where it's like they kind of Conan-esque adventures in this very easily.
Well, you could run this in Savage Worlds with no problem as well.
Yeah, true.
You could run this in the Conan system too. Like, just fits.
Yeah. And would you play this, like first edition even today?
Fuck, I'd give it a roll. I'd do a live stream of it. Like it's understandable enough also to onlookers, which that is kind of my delineation for live streaming something. That's why, like, if somebody told me they wanted to, I don't know, do rifts, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to live stream that because it's too finicky. It's too, I don't know what's going on to an onlooker.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I wouldn't necessarily want to play this one. I would want to check out a newer version of this now.
Yeah.
Which might be what we do next on the show, and I'm by the way, segue, what are we doing next time, Trek?
Oh, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. Let me look at my list here. Oh, we haven't done Outgunned yet, have we?
No.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do Outgunned.
RPG.
Yeah. And to like end on this again, because it's important to say. Talislanta Just fucking download up to 4th or 5th edition. Just off their website. Like, spoiler alert, we're doing Talislanta 5th or whatever I can find here that's the newest one for my next episode. Just gonna see how it developed over, I guess, like, what is it, 20 years? 50, 25 years? When is this? 5th edition, yeah. So 2007. Oh, the history of the world, 2006. Okay. So
From what I understand, it's very backwards compatible too. So, like, if you have something that you can't find in 5e that was back in 1e, you can still use it very easily.
Oh,
yeah, they have the D20 edition.
Oh, cardstock minis. That's also nice. So yeah, this came out in 1987. In 2007, they made 5th edition. So 20 years later, like, what's the difference between 1E and 5E for this game? It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, Outgunned is next. 2 weeks time.
Yeah. Yep. Cinematic modern action RPG, which is going to be receiving, I'm going to predict dozens of supplements. They've already talked about 3. So
yeah,
they're going to go crazy with it. Like, it's pretty popular apparently. And I think that's another Italian designer. I don't remember. The Italians are really eating good these days with RPGs and RPG design. So
they are. It's almost like the Renaissance is happening for them again, but for TTRPGs.
It makes sense. I mean, like, it kind of coincides with the timeline. They had a really long extended lockdown, and a lot of people did TTRPG design and thoughts during that time period. And then as soon as they were let out, they threw up their arms and said, "I want to publish something." So here we go.
Yeah, it's how much of this reaction to the current pandemic? Who knows? Who are you rating?
God, there's so many versions of the Talislanta world map too that people have drawn. Because people really like, either people really love this or they bounce off of it. Like that's the two genders. Also, obviously, no memes for this. I was too into this.
Yeah, understandable. Trying to find who we are rating. I'm spoiled for choice is the problem.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, they do have the tagline of no elves, and their tagline now is still no elves 35 years later.
Fuck yeah.
And while Nura's figuring out who to raid, one of the official adventures is Under the Sea.
Oh.
Literally. Yeah.
What? I haven't read this person in so long. Rating Slime.
Oh yeah, Slime.
What are they doing?
Good old Slime.
Stream together Whoop Chat. I have no idea what Whoop Chat is. So we're gonna find out together, I guess, guys. Haha. We're back on Monday doing, I think Bar is on the rotation, right? For next Monday?
I think so.
Yeah, probably that. And then we're gonna have, I'll have schedule out the track you will probably have too, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else to say before we raid out?
Please be evocative.
Yes, please.
Please be evocative.
If you make your game, don't underestimate how important the setting is. Like,
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It immerses you. It infers mechanics.
Yeah.
That's simple.
And you don't need particularly complex mechanics to make an interesting setting either.
You don't. You just don't.
I guess I said bar because we said we would like rotate, like weekly.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I guess
think
it's bar.
that's the best way to go.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Mifu. One day.
Okay, we'll do that. Yeah.
Have fun, everybody. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye bye. Right is going. So bye bye.